Hello, good morning, and welcome to the AM News here on Joy News. Now, there's a lot for us to discuss. Today is Monday, right? There's a lot that happened over the weekend. But how is the show going to run? We have news update for you, plus sports, news review, trends, and more. Now, these are the matters arising for discussions on news review this morning. First, the Attorney General's office is collaborating, we understand, with U.S. authorities over the corruption case involving former Tema Refinery Managing Director Asante Berko, who was convicted in the United States over a bribery scheme involving Ghanaian officials. The latest move is to identify those who may have benefited from the alleged payment. Now, what does this mean for accountability and Ghana's fight against corruption? You remember that has to do with a lot of things that happened between 2014 and 2017. We are told. So who are those who benefited? Because the data or the document shows some MPs may be complicit in it. Now, we also look at the expected ministerial reshuffle with President John Dramani Mahama indicating that further changes to his government are possible. Now, as the administration seeks to improve performance and deliver on its agenda, could changes involving ministers such as Zenato Ajiman Rawlings and Mahama Yarga, who has been moved from the majority leadership to the Minister of Local Government, give the government a new dynamic? Or is this simply a repositioning of the same team? We'll find out later on the show. And renowned Ghanaian businessman and mining executive Sesam Jonah has initiated international arbitration against the Nigerian government over a disputed 501-hectare property in Abuja developed into the River Park estate. The dispute follows the determination of the development lease, with Jonah Capital maintaining that its lease remains valid until 2030. What does this case mean for Ghanaian businesses and the protection of investments of Ghanaians abroad? Now, helping us unpack these issues are Victoria Bright. She is a lawyer, a former legal advisor to former President John Agyekum Kufuor, and an entrepreneur as well. David Wondi is MP for Chifu-Etimokwa constituency and board member of the State Insurance Company. Enoch Afokwa is a lawyer and a member of the MPP's legal team, and James Kwabena Bonfe Jr. is CEO of Census and lecturer at UPSA. And later on the show, it will be time for us to bring you Trends, your favorite segment featuring the stories, conversations, and moments getting people talking, especially on social media. You know what? Please stay with us for us to break down the issues and get some answers for you. And it's always a pleasure to welcome you to our show. My name is Samuel Kojo Brace, and as usual, I do this with Emefa, Akosua, Adeti. So on behalf of our production team, we say thanks for joining us. Kindly spend your morning with us from now to 10 a.m. Good morning. Stay on.
Good morning and welcome to the AM News. Now, the AM News is sponsored by Palladium Residences. Now, let's start from the cocoa sector because the opposition NPP is demanding President John Mahama not to assent to the Ghana Cocoa Board Bill 2026, but return it to Parliament for broader consultation. Ranking member on Parliament's Agriculture Committee and co-chair of the NPP Policy Committee on Agriculture, Dr. Yao Opoku says the legislation was rushed through Parliament despite its far-reaching implications for Ghana's cocoa industry. Speaking at the party's headquarters, he said the bill, which repeals the PNDC Law 81, introduces new governance arrangements, creates a new tribunal, and establishes new criminal offences, was laid on July 28 and passed within the same week, despite its implications for farmers and the wider cocoa industry.
President to withdraw assent to the Ghana Cocoa Bill 2026 and return same to Parliament for broader stakeholder consultation. We also ask Parliament to remove or substantially narrow the ministerial exception in Clause 4B so that any expansion of Cocoa Board's mandate requires an enactment. We also ask Parliament to clarify on the face of the bill that external marketing of cocoa remains vested in the Cocoa Marketing Company or state expressly the government's intention regarding clause 59(1)(e). We also ask Parliament to amend clause 81 to exempt removals carried out in accordance with Cocoa Board's published agronomic guidelines.
Away from the cocoa sector, the Wasola Wenchi Techiman Road has become a graveyard on asphalt. Too many lives have been lost, too many families have been shattered, and one man has decided he will not stay silent. Tiakan Joseph, a teacher and cyclist, is riding over 700 kilometers from Jirapa to Accra to demand that contractors speed up work on that deadly stretch of the road. He stopped in Techiman for a health check, and what he received was just more than medical clearance. Anna Sabet has more in the following report.
In a world where many complain about the state of the nation from the comfort of their homes, there are a few brave souls who take to the road to be the change they wish to see. Tiakan Joseph is one such individual, a teacher by profession, a passionate cyclist by choice, and a crusader for a better Ghana by conviction. Currently, Joseph is in the middle of an awe-inspiring expedition, riding his bicycle all the way from Jirapa in the Upper West region to Accra, covering about 600 kilometers of Ghanaian terrain. But this is not a leisure tour. It is a mission-driven journey with three critical objectives that touch the very fabric of our society.
The message is simple. We are saying that the road linking Tachima and that of Wa is very bad, and we are told it is under the brick push. And then we have realized that contractors are on the road. When I was riding through, I saw that especially from Wa to Bamboing, that particular part or area of the road is still bad, and work is not going on as expected at that particular area of the road.
He left Jirapa with a clear mission to reach Accra on two wheels, stopping at every community along the way to speak directly to the youth about the dangers of narcotics and harmful substances.
We have realized that drug abuse is becoming something that is among us as youth in this country. And so we are also out to say that enough of the taking of illegal, or let me say illicit drugs. And so we are saying that the tramadol, the cocaine, the weed, and all those things that are, destroying our lives as youth, we should, if we cannot stop it, try as much as possible to minimize it.
After days of relentless riding, Joseph made a crucial stop in Techiman. He checked into the Zunio hospital not for treatment but for a precautionary health screening. Medical officials ran tests to ensure that his body could withstand the grueling miles still ahead. The verdict: he's fit, strong and ready to roll. Tuan Gilbert is a mental health specialist here at the Zuni Hospital. He lauded Joseph's brave mission, noting that substance abuse is adversely affecting the youth and something urgent needs to be done to address this issue.
The mission our brother is embarking on is a very important and sensitive one for that matter. And we realize that substance abuse is silently killing dreams. It's killing the aspiration of the youth. So when we heard that our brother was embarking on this journey, and part of his reason for embarking on this journey was about sensitizing the general public about substance use, we had to take interest in it.
Joseph was presented with a financial assistance by Dr. Zinvla Emmanuel, the CEO of Zuni Hospital. That financial gesture, though modest, is a powerful symbol of Ghanaian solidarity. It is a reminder that when one person rises to serve the nation, others will rise to lift them up. With renewed energy and a grateful heart, Tekan Joseph is back on the road. His destination is Accra, but his purpose reaches far beyond the capital. He is riding for every young person who has lost their way to drugs. He is riding for every family that has lost a loved one to a road accident. And he is riding to remind us all that change begins with courage. A teacher, a cyclist, a hero on wheels. Tekan Joseph is proving that you do not need power or wealth to make a difference. You only need purpose. Reporting for Joy News, Anas Sabit, Techiman.
We wish him all the best in this particular journey. Now, away from that, the Vice Chancellor of the Dr. Hila Liman Technical University, Professor Engineer Hamida Tusaka, is urging technical and vocational graduates to place greater emphasis on practical competence, creativity, and character rather than paper qualifications. She says developing these qualities is critical to breaking the cycle of youth unemployment and ensuring long-term economic relevance. Professor Darimani made the call at the maiden graduation ceremony for informal sector artisans at the Wa Technical Institute. And Rafiq Salam has more in the following report.
At the Wa Technical Institute, the Vice Chancellor's message was blunt. Forget the paper, show us what your hands can do. Vice Chancellor Professor Hamidatu Dramani Saka, who was a guest of honor, told the graduates that the job market has changed. Paper alone won't pay the bills.
Every employer, communities are not looking for the longest certificates. They are looking for three things. One, competence in your hands, creativity in your mind, and character in your attitude.
She dismissed the idea that Ghana has no jobs. Her question to the youth, if not you, then who? Professor Dramani challenged the idea that there are no jobs in Ghana, saying the real opportunities are in the problems we face every day.
Who will install the solar panel for factories? Who will do that? Has anybody thought about it? It is you. Who will service the tractors for our farmers? It is you. Currently, there's a big gap. Farmers don't even know what to do. They have no idea. Yet, we keep saying we have no jobs. Who will build the hotels? Wire the clinics? Code the websites for local businesses? It is you. Who will sew the beautiful clothes we all wear? It is you. The money is not in Accra or in abroad. The money is where the problem is.
The VC spoke from experience. 15 years ago, she started Spicy Foodies with coal pots. Today, it is a full commercial kitchen. Her advice, start small and protect your name.
We started with just coal pots. Today, we have an ultra-modern, state-of-the-art kitchen that produces that food. You start small. We started with coal pots, cooking with coal pots. Today, we quit industrial equipment.
Drawing from her own journey from coal pots to a commercial kitchen, the VC urged artisans to protect their reputation above all.
Don't chase titles, chase mastery. Don't chase quick money, chase reputation.
This maiden graduation certified dozens of artisans through a 5-year CT vet program with German support. For many, it is the first certificate they have ever earned. For many of these artisans, this was their first chance at formal certification. What Technical Institute says the CT vet program has given them new hope.
School, because they could not go beyond primary or junior high school. But they had skills, talents, and the will to work. But the opportunities to progress were miles away from.
But there's a new challenge. Modern cars need modern tools, and mechanics say government taxes are pricing them out. But certification alone isn't enough. Mechanics say the tools to work on modern cars are too expensive because of high import duties. Ghana National Association of Garages is now appealing to government. Joshua Rashid is the Upper Regional Secretary of the Ghana National Association of Garages.
You need to undergo its training and also to have it. The one that will do the work very well is always very expensive. And when you complain, many times, what you hear is that the importation duty of the machine alone is not easy. So they have to add the importation duty to that of the, the price, so that it will go up high. So we are now expecting the government, if you should come in and then always give tax free to some of these machines and some of these tools, so that we can always pay roadage.
They came in as apprentices. They are living as professionals. The message today in WA is simple. Ghana doesn't need more certificates on the wall. It needs more hands that can build, fix, and create. If we back these skills with the right tools and the right policies, unemployment must just meet its match. Reporting for Joy News, Rafiq Salam. WA.
Let's stay a bit longer on education, because the headmistress of Tamale Girls Senior High School is calling for the construction of new classrooms and dormitories to what she addressed as critical overcrowding in the school. Aisha Asuma said the school requires an 18-unit classroom block and a 30-unit dormitory to accommodate the rising student numbers. She added that the expansion is essential to relieve pressure on current facilities and allow the school to return to the single-track academic calendar. Mrs. Asuma made the appeal during the commissioning of a refurbished ICT laboratory by technical firm Holap Innovations in Tamale.
The refurbished facility by Holap Innovations was commissioned at a ceremony attended by school authorities, traditional leaders, staff, students, and other stakeholders. Addressing the gathering, the headmistress of the Tamale Girls Senior High School, Aisha Asuma, said the school currently has a population of over 2,000 and a workforce of about 160, making the expansion urgent.
First among the challenges is the urgent need for additional classrooms and dormitories to facilitate and to enable us to revert to the single track. Over the years, student enrollment has increased considerably, placing enormous pressure on our existing infrastructure. Our classrooms and dormitory space are very limited, and if we want to really solve that problem and also revert to single track, we need 18-unit classroom block and a 30-unit dormitory block. We are also appealing to the minister that we are in dire need of furniture, both staff and student furniture, and beds.
She expressed appreciation for the refurbishment of the school's ICT laboratory.
I express our deepest appreciation to Holap Company Limited for their generosity and dedication to educational development. Your investment in this project will have a lasting impact on the lives of our students and generations to come. This refurbished laboratory will provide our students with opportunity to explore create and innovate, and compete confidently in the globally digital space.
The Chief Executive Officer of Whole Lab Innovations urged the students to use the computers in the laboratory as tools to help build their future.
When you walk into this ICT laboratory, don't see these computers only as machines for typing, browsing the internet, or completing your school assignments. See them as a tool that can help you create your future. You can learn how to code, you can learn how to build websites and applications, you can explore artificial intelligence, you can learn about cybersecurity, robotics, and engineering.
Away from education, the Keta Municipal Hospital has received medical supplies worth more than 2 million Ghana cedis to support healthcare delivery in the municipality. The donation, spearheaded by Lom Nuku Alija in partnership with the Living Presence Evangelistic Network, is expected to strengthen patient care, improve emergency services, and support healthcare professionals. There's more in the following report.
Healthcare delivery in the Keta municipality has received a significant boost after medical supplies worth more than 2 million cedis were donated to the Keta Municipal Hospital. The donation, spearheaded by Lom Nuku Ahlija in partnership with the Living Presence Evangelistic Network, includes essential medical supplies that are expected to strengthen patient care, improve emergency services, and support the work of healthcare professionals.
Of course, before we came here today to donate these items, we sent the list out to the hospital to look through and see how useful these items would be for them. And they've confirmed that indeed they need these items in greater numbers. And so this is our little contribution to support the hospital. This is just one of many that we'll be doing to support the development of the Keta municipal area. There are many things that obviously are needed. We know for a fact that the government cannot do it all. So myself, as a son of the constituency, and what I can do to contribute to this, I do it. And also with NGOs and international organizations and religious organizations like LIPEN, we can do so much more.
The donation underscores the growing role of public-private partnerships and community leadership in advancing quality healthcare and improving the well-being of citizens in the Keta municipality.
We are a Christian organization. Primarily what we do is we win souls through evangelism. But we believe that preaching doesn't end behind the pulpit. And then telling somebody I love you is not enough. When you go out of your way to do acts like this, it shows or it gives more expression to the love that we are preaching about and what Jesus stands for. So I'll tell all organizations, if they have opportunities like this, they should give you full proof. They should help us to fully express Jesus to the people so that they know what we stand for.
Hospital management praised the donors for their generosity, noting that the intervention comes at a critical time when health facilities continue to require additional support to meet increasing patients' demands.
So we are very, very happy we have some of these items. One, it will help give the staff some freedom because they will have the items they need when they need it, and then they can easily work. And so that will relieve the tension on them. The hospital is 100 years. We might need retooling, especially at the theater. So we might need a theater to be improved, equipped, so that we can easily work and offer the services we offer.
Mr. Ahlija indicated that improving healthcare remains central to community development and called on more corporate bodies, philanthropists and organizations to complement government efforts in strengthening health institutions.
You are still watching the AM News. I am Nicholas Eko Yamwa. Coming up next is the business update.
Let's do some business updates now. Minister for Energy and Green Transition, Dr. John Jinapo, has called on all quasi institutions in the energy sector to prioritize their expenditures and focus spending on areas that will directly improve energy efficiency. He says cutting waste and directing resources to high-impact projects is critical to reducing system losses and easing pressure on government finances. Dr. Janapo speaking at the Bui Power Authority's 2025 annual stakeholders meeting.
Also ensure that there's accountability. And so I call on all of you, particularly those of you in the energy sector, to prioritize your expenditure. Spend in areas that will improve the sector. And I think that that is very, very critical if we want to make progress in the energy sector. I would be visiting the Yendi Park with you. I want to also go and look at it and to give you all the support you require so that you can deploy more renewable energy. I'll plead that we focus on battery-backed renewable energy. Our challenge is not daytime energy production or consumption. Our challenge is in the night, because the difference between the off-peak and the peak, which is in the night, can rise to as much as 700 megawatts. So if we don't close that gap, what it means is that in the night we'll produce 700 megawatts. Daytime, that 700 megawatts become idle capacity that we have to pay for. But if we can improve on battery-backed energy, we'll use the daytime to store that power with the batteries. Then in the evening, we feed in about 5 hours of continuous energy. So even the solar that you've commissioned so far, if we can have a discussion with the stakeholders and add battery storage, I'm sure that that will help us a lot, because that for me is the key, and other countries have done it successfully. So I do not see why we cannot do that.
All right, and that's it for Business Update. Back to you, Nicholas Yamwa.
Thank you so much, Brace, for bringing us the latest in business. And that's it for the AM News. I'm Nicholas Eko Yamwa. The AM News was sponsored by Palladium Residences. Coming up on the AM show is sports.
Good morning. We bring you sports now on the AM show here with me, Muftahu Nabila Abdullah. Ghana's Black Queens, they have been knocked out of the ongoing African Women's Cup of Nations and will have to go through the intercontinental playoffs to be able to secure qualification to the 2027 FIFA Women's World Cup. Ghana took the lead against Malawi in their quarterfinal fixture, but the Malawians came from behind to score 2 times, booking a ticket to the semi-final and knocking Ghana out of the competition.
AFCON was not a representation on the biggest stage. Pride, goal difference above the Malians. They finished level. And Ivory Coast will meet the losers in the African World Cup playoffs. Here are Ghana trying to open the scoring earlier, and into the middle it goes. Up goes Boadua. Boy Hawkler with the strike. Boy Hawkler with the goal. Her first of the campaign. And Ghana. Kusi did really well down the right-hand side and then put in across the Boadua. Unable to get and latching onto the... Oh, that's a nice ball round the corner. Picked up by Simwaka. Into the middle it goes from Simwaka. Only as far as Tema. Strike a goal from Tema. Turned behind and turned in. A deflection takes it in. First goal of the game. She took her time, Tema. Strike at goal, and well, the deflection left Cynthia Conlon without a hope. in the Ghanaian goal. And Malawi are on the score sheet. Cameroon, Algeria, and possibly one of these two sides will be emerging champion a week today. Bonsu, bit of space in the middle. Where's the defence? Oh, she's missed again. That's nice. Kadzere in behind for Malawi. Oh, it's dreamland for the Scorchers, who lead Ghana with less than 20 minutes to go. Are the WAFCON debutants Women's World Cup bound? Oh, sensationally are just over 10 minutes away from not just reaching the... In it comes, Sekelo away, Boache, and Sekelo with the save, and still she's got it, and down she goes. Away, and that's it! Malawi, the rank outsiders, tournament debutants, 32nd best team theoretically in Africa, are through to the Women's World Cup. They are...
Ghana, who come up against Cote d'Ivoire, hoping to be a part of the teams that will go through the continental playoff phases to be able to secure qualification to the 2027 FIFA Women's World Cup that will be happening in Brazil. My colleague Lawrence Beidou watched the game at close range and has this report.
Heartbreak for Ghana's Black Queens en route to wanting to win the WAFCON for the very first time. But not just WAFCON heartbreak, it's also a heartbreak for their hopes of automatic qualification for the 2027 Women's World Cup after losing to Malawi in the quarterfinal of the 2026 Women's Africa Cup of Nations. Despite Chantal Boy Hawkers opener in the 6th minute, Malawi fought back and scored 2 goals to ensure that they end Ghana's hopes of winning the WAFCON for the very first time. For Kimlas Björkegren, this is a result that ends Ghana's hopes of ending their WAFCON trophy wait as well as their 20-year wait to play at the 2027 Women's World Cup. But they will go on to the drawing board and try and rework things to get ready for that playoff.
The feeling is probably one of the worst that I ever had, maybe potentially the worst feeling I had in 20 years of coaching. I'm feeling so much for this team, for Ghana. I really wanted to help them to go to the first World Cup in 20 years, and we felt that we had a good chance to do it today, but we didn't perform well enough. Yeah, I know there is another opportunity and a chance for us to go through some other games and qualify for the World Cup. That's absolutely correct. But right now, when you're asking me 15 minutes after the game, we went all in. I'm feeling empty right now. Of course, we need to sleep and build up again in one way or another. But right now is. It's just a bad feeling.
For Malawi, it is the next stage of the competition for them as they will be facing Algeria in the semi-finals in the bid to continue their fairy tale run and go on to possibly win the WAFCON on their first attempt. Heartbreak for Ghana, but still more attempts to shoot as far as their World Cup qualification hopes is concerned. Reporting from Rabat, Lawrence Beidou for Joy Sports.
Lawrence is representing Joy Sports at this year's African Women's Cup of Nations, courtesy of Bank of Africa and Goldfields. They have made it possible for us to have a representative on grounds to bring you unraveled coverage of the competition. Now, let me take you to the game between Cameroon and Nigeria. Nigeria's serial winners of the competition have equally been knocked out, and they will have to face South Africa for a place in the Intercontinental Playoff as well. They suffered a 1-0 loss to the Cameroonians.
Officials and the teams come out of the tunnel. Cameroon, we're thinking, we've beaten them once. We beat them in 2012. It's 14 years ago, don't get me wrong, but it was a victory. Cameroon in green, red and yellow get this game underway up against Nigeria. Towards the Nigeria with a shot, and it's a stinger, it really is. Stopped there by Michele. There's the shot driven right through. It's a thunderous shot and a great goal. Stunning, absolutely stunning. shot from the 19-year-old Maven Naju. Ball comes out to the right side. There's a chance here. It's into the penalty box. If Monday can't get the shot that she wanted, Michaeli gets her hand to it. Babashide gets the ball across. It does find its way. There's a try coming through. Until the referee blows the whistle. Here we go. It will be passed back to her. There's an option going down the left-hand side. Kanu gets the ball across. There's no one there to get on the end of it. It's a little toe poke and picks up her long-range shot. It's driven very firmly, directly, and Mick comes out. Again, it's been cut out. You can see the Cameroon on the attack. There's the delivery coming over straight at the goalkeeper. There's the delivery. High ball. That's a really beautiful ball. That's a great header. And look at that. Stop coming from Michaeli. Point-blank range. She delivers yet another possession. Nigeria on the attack. It's excellent play. Down that left-hand side. The shot comes in. Michaeli, the follower. Toko Njoya gets the... Oh, it's punched over. Cleared there by Nadozi. It's a high ball. It's going up. Okoronkwo. Nigeria goes close. It goes wide of the target. They survive. It passed the goalkeeper, went wide. Picked up by Nigeria. How many? There's the final whistle. Cameroon are into the semi-finals of WAFCON.
To athletics, where Ghana's Godfred Opoku finished fourth in the men's 400 meters final in the World Athletics Under-20 Championships in Eugene, Oregon. We'll bring you highlights of that event.
Favourites in lanes 5, 6 and 7. It's been a wonderful night of athletics. Is there one more twist of drama in the world's truly global sport? 45 seconds separates one of these young men from a moment of history. The crowd roar them on. What a race in prospect. Romishin has gone out hard. It's pretty even between the three specialists. There's Wilson trying to close the gap on Kokomaya. De Leon has gone out hard. He's got an advantage at the moment. Can he hold on? He beat Wilson to the national title, but Wilson's coming through, and he's dragging Kokomaya with him. The big three are delivering a big finish. Kokomaya has got the beating of Wilson. He's ahead, but can he stay there? Wilson's closing, De Leon's closing. What a race, what a finish. It's De Leon from Wilson and Kokomaya, 44.48. It's a new championship.
Bring you highlights of some of the matches that were played in Europe as they build up to the European season. Ghanaian Anton Semenyo provided 2 assists for Egypt's Mamouche as Manchester City secured the victory. Chelsea also won their game by 3-0 against AC Milan. These highlights and many more here on the AM show.
Headed away. Vitor Reich. Oh, it's onside, and Dominguez has scored. Well, I said look out for him. I didn't expect him to be the first goal scorer. But he gives Atletico Madrid the lead with what I think is their first attempt on target in the match.
Yeah, as I said, you just got to kind of switch on just to see the half-time out. Just make sure you don't concede. But
in Semenyo, just behind him though, so he did well, brilliantly actually. Superb from Semenyo, crosses and bad either. That is a brilliant goal from Marmouche, who made the run we were alluding to in the first half, and because he did, he scores. But Semenyo, sensational. All down to Semenyo. That is an absolute piece of class. Does ever so well, looks as though the ball might be going out, slides, not only does he slide, keeps it in, and then turns on it as well. We've been talking in the first half about can Mamouche get in those areas. He does well by getting in there. The ball is into the gap towards Semenyo. Semenyo's ball across and he's there again. Omar Marmoush, it's an almost identical goal in many, many ways. You get in those positions, Omar, and you will get plenty of goals, especially if Semenyo is as razor sharp as we've been witnessing.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic. I mean, there should have been 2 or 3, maybe 4 goals in the first half, but just didn't quite come. But again, fantastic work, shows good strength. Just sticks in the back of the net, just lets it ride across his body, just taps it in.
On him. Now is he on? Surely he's offside. No, he's not. No. Will he score this time? Yes, he will. If at first you don't succeed, just wait 20 seconds and then you will.
Yeah.
And Ryan Nori makes it 3-1 to the Blues.
Yeah, he finishes the second one ever so well. Defensively, Atletico were all over. But for the first one, his touch was not the best. But he made up for it.
It's the 4th pre-season game for Manchester United and a switch of Swedish city for Michael Carrick's Reds as they swap the waterways of Stockholm for the beautiful coastal city of Gothenburg. Paris Saint-Germain are Manchester United's opponents today as they ready themselves for a Super Cup appearance against Villa next week. Forward to Fernandes, ball across and turn home. And by with the right-footed effort into the bottom corner, flag has stayed down. And PSG lead inside 2 minutes. PSG 1, Manchester United 0.
It was a bright start by United at one end, and then PSG, some nice intricate football, and then the big switch to Kvaratskhelia, and then into the box. And unfortunately for Heaven, the outstretched leg just didn't quite make it to divert it away from.
Good tackle from Ahmad. Ahmad. And Burma! Manchester United are level. Made by the Ivorian, finished by the man from Cameroon. Paris Saint-Germain 1, Manchester United 1.
Well, it's a feature that I love about Ahmad's game. Is not only his ability to be able to go past players, but the way that he presses. And it came to the fore there, on top straight away. He had no rights really, and he took that ball away from Kukaba and then plants it firmly into the path of Brian Burmo, and he does the rest. A lovely finish, exactly where it needs to go, across Safanov into the bottom corner, and United deservedly level. Really, really good.
He's right in there, João Pedro's header, and there is the opening goal of the game. João Pedro, who has already managed to score in pre-season for Chelsea, has managed to do so again and follows up the strikes against Western Sydney Wanderers, and scoring the opening goal here against Milan as they lead with half-time, fast approaching here in Jakarta.
Perfect little glance into the far corner. They've looked threatening from set pieces, from corners throughout.
Here comes Pedro Neto, taking on Bartasagi. Delivered in to João Pedro. It's him again. 2 for him, 2 for Chelsea. And it's an absolutely lightning start to the second half for Blues, and it's come courtesy of João Pedro.
Yeah, great ball in from Neto, and Pedro just tiptoeing around the back and gets enough purchase on that.
Lavia on the corner, Caicedo, and what a finish that is! Take a bow, Moises Caicedo. Wonderful volley. And Chelsea have managed to score 2 very quick second-half goals.
Well, you love to see it. Echoes of Paul Scholes, was it, all those years ago from Manchester United on the edge of the D. I mean, that's even more culture to finish.
Well, here come Liverpool again with Alexander Isak. Lovely thread. Wirtz! Super save back at Adeti. Comes to Frimpong. That's straight at the goalkeeper. Here's Gakpo. Lovely touch. Isak! Well, that
is a sumptuous Liverpool goal. Slick passing, lovely interchange. Alexander Isak just made it look so simple. That's Kumas with a cross. Gakpo's headed down. It's initially been kept out, but not for long enough. It was a mad old goalmouth scramble, and Liverpool quite simply weren't to be denied. Or shall we say Florian Wirtz wasn't to be denied. Well, there's another ball sent off downfield, taken down by Kumas. Lovely turn away from the defender. That's a really good win back to get it from Cody Gakpo. It's going to break for Tsimikas. This is a chance as the game opens up. The run by Alexander Golovin, and the referee says penalty at the top end of Anfield. That's a really good penalty by Alexander Golovin. As ever, the conjurer waits over the top of the ball. There's the delivery, and the header is over the top. The ball's ricocheting around, and it falls very kindly. What a good chance that is, and an excellent stop from Mamardashvili. He might need another.
There are 6 Monaco players in the red zone. In swinging cross, header, goal. For Monaco. It turns and turns, it turns and turns. They've turned around. Paris Brunner, the German. Dortmund youth.
Those were some of the highlights of matches played by clubs as they build up to the European season. The English Premier League starts on the weekend of August 21. The Scottish League has already started, and many other leagues, especially Serie A and the Spanish La Liga, are all starting on the weekend of August 21. This is how we wrap up AM Sports here with me, Muftaru Nabila Abla. Before I go, just a thank you to Loom Fashion, where every stitch tells a story of elegance, confidence, and craftsmanship. Whether you are looking for a bespoke outfit that reflects your personality or reliable bulk tailoring services for bouquets and schools, we are committed to delivering exceptional quality with precision and style. At Loom Fashion, we are tailored to inspire confidence, and we are crafted to stand out. You can visit that at Ofako Road, opposite April Field Station, adjacent Traders Palace, the new Akosua Market. Or you can get in touch with us either via phone call or WhatsApp on 024-650-1801 to deliver something as special as the outfit I am wearing. Up next is a newspaper review here on the AM Show.
Hello, my name is Pamela from Customer Service. Please revalidate your account by texting your Ghana card number to 0500,000 247.
Hey, Abili, wabadim.
Madam, give me the numbers behind your ATM card. I'm calling from the head office.
An email was delivered across to our customers this morning.
Confirm if this is your bank account. 100,100,100.
Thanks for sending your bank card details.
Send the OTP now to avoid cancellation.
EcoBank will never call, email, send an SMS asking for your PIN, OTP, bank card, or Ghana card details.
Don't get played. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Hello, please, I'm calling from Customer Experience Center.
Hey buddy, it's me Azar. Yeah, me now they see.
Hey, you look fresh. Oh.
Wait till you see what's inside me. Azar, freshly made inside and out for greater coverage and colors that last longer and beautify your walls, spaces, and places. Azar, no size. Go ahead, buy now. Azar, #1 from Azar Group since 1921.
Through every stage of life, let's go. Some things simply stay with us. The spirit of never giving up. A throwback to a bygone era. Love was service. The silent statement of love. A forceful gesture that deepens bonds, balancing work and life. Every drop refreshes, every sip hydrates, just as it should. I am awake, one for life. Drink water, drink awake. Supporting the National Cardiothoracic Center. This advert is
from customer service. Please revalidate your account by texting your Ghana card number to 0500,000 247.
Hey, Abili, wabidim.
Madam, give me the numbers behind your ATM card. I'm calling from the head office.
An email was delivered across to our customers this morning.
Confirm if this is your bank account. 100,100,100.
Thanks for sending your bank card details.
Send the OTP now to avoid cancellation.
EcoBank will never call, email, send an SMS asking for your PIN, OTP, bank card, or Ghana card details.
Don't get played. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Hello, please, I'm calling from Customer Experience Center.
Palladium Residences in Achimota isn't just an address, it's the home you truly earned. Secure your place with just a 10% deposit and choose from beautifully designed modern apartments or spacious townhouses built for everyday comfort. This is more than a building. It's a vibrant, curated community with a clubhouse, state-of-the-art gym, and an on-site hotel, all at ABC Junction, minutes from Achimota Mall. Enjoy city energy while retreating to your private sanctuary. Call now to reserve your unit and benefit from limited launch incentives, including priority unit selection, executive pricing, and flexible payment options available. Don't miss the chance to pick the best homes. Book your private site visit today. Call 050-9823-424. Palladium Residences. Live smart, invest better.
That's right. Did you see that? That is me. Without me, that tap would just be decoration.
That's so. So when the water comes, where exactly is it waiting? Pipe. I also didn't see any bedroom no. Me tank. Me na me kura.
At least I move water.
And I keep it safe.
Without me, nothing flows.
What's happening?
I bring the life.
I preserve it.
Hey, why is the water going on and off like this? Maybe I can do it alone.
Maybe I need you too.
Strong, reliable. reliable, built for every home.
Syntex pipes and tanks, the perfect
water team. Syntex, a year strong, a year tough.
I promise to reintroduce the distribution of free sanitary pads to female students in primary and secondary schools.
Honestly, it's not enough. Some of them are heavy flow students. 2 sanitary pads can take them just a month.
Inside this toilet, I use neat rags, sometimes papers, and toilet roll.
School records show that many girls in their menstrual cycle miss classes regularly and some drop out entirely.
So what they normally do is go in for this boyfriend so that the boys will give them money to purchase the sanitary pad.
In the national capital, Accra, there is a day when it can seem as though the city has been multiplied. 2 by 2 they arrive. 2 sisters in matching dresses, 2 brothers walking side by side, 2 children holding hands, often dressed in the same colors. For the Ga people of Ghana, twins are not simply 2 children born at the same time. They are tradition. They carry a significance that reaches into family, spirituality, and community. And once a year, they take center stage at the Twins Festival. In the Ga tradition, the arrival of twins carries meaning. Multiple births are traditionally regarded as a blessing, and the names given to twins reflect that special place in society. Twin boys may be known as Akwete and Akwete, or Oko and Akwete. Twin girls as Akwili and Akoko. And when a boy and a girl are born together, they may be called Oko and Akwili.
Nege aja yelene ke aba wo ba lebi mangpa ni awo aja ba no ni eyan peja ke ona yele ona omuchulu ona owo wolo ona owo ke ewo ni daji ni wo chole ka se bridge lo apete si neke maje ni bi ne wo ke wo ba ehan aji ni wo ke bi osolemo ke jomo ke ha aji na fo na mba toga lo amba akamedro weku e oba fi on wo ke ye.
The festival, which exhibits spirituality and aspects of social life, also features community unity. In instances where rituals and offerings are made, some sets of twins accompany that by carrying and disposing of the sese, explained as a way of acknowledging heritage and better expressed as this is who we are.
Money ba kebu akeno na fio won ja money mo e male kusum deche wo fio won fe kusum na se na me fio e ja keke o ye hia every year no what they wo hia every year we ya every year we ba ya what they was share what they was say one baga ma me ni wo je ni wo baga.
For persons unfamiliar with the custom, some of these traditions may seem unfamiliar.
Obi wa opa wo nya bi o se awurade man ba akokora na so bo wan se awurade ayer bi enu di ama no enti eno ho ani je na omo eje no enti mi se me omo ka ne sa akire me a mitimu se o eye awurade ade a wayama wo mo no na omo ni ade afe aso a omo de da awurade ase enti me de menwene boni bia wa kire because ma adwen yam se eye ni je na bia omo je.
The Twins Festival also forms part of the wider cultural calendar of the Ga people, within which Homowo holds a central place. The name Homowo is commonly translated as hooting at hunger, recalling a period of famine in the Ga history and the abundance that followed successful food production.
It is like an anniversary to the great man who fought the lands of Accra in Aswaso and Okakwe. There's a big tree where he normally sleeps at the time of the war. All right. So after his death, that tree becomes what? A symbolic aspect of life, of our life, our culture. So every year we go and then celebrate and then pour libation for the good things that is yet to come.
The celebration reflects themes of resilience, survival, and thanksgiving that remain central to Ga cultural life.
Wasla Okakwe any isen here. Tumbonika mugbo ni aso mo na so le na asla le go mi na kan no wa fe.
Adding that of the twins represents fertility, blessing, and continuity.
Mene Twins Festival. E wo mene mo fia mo ni ye haji ye hia e ba fo to ha le ke gbe na ke no ko ye party fi oku e ba fe party fi o ha le ke akejwele le hu wo je ayawa so blema ayawa so ni game fe yo na meshi ni wo ba na meshi ke bagan coastale ameshi ke ba bie e wo ya jeme every Friday wa fi okusun work bena sanu wo bagan no ka wona ni aba manga because jemeji first gang village na je dana ban show na kusum na sene mafio e ja keke o ya shia every year no what they was shia every year every year ba ya what they was shia what they was say one bagan ma me ni wo je ni wo bagan.
But perhaps the most intriguing question is this: why twins? I catch up with a representative of the Ga traditional area.
Bible lemi ake mo fe ekome si waye mo ko Bible lemi e ke ta obi ne fo de yin fo de ga ma ke qualify ala bi kome de ga ke ha bo bi ma obi enyo ne ala bi enyo de ga ko ala bi enyo ke sidanu wo sidana do ne ofi o J1 sidane kusunu ofi o ba fe ba na to ba ko ga jalo ye no ba na ka bile oku abo no.
Celebration of twins in the Ga tradition reflects more than just family and community. It is a tradition held together by unity and happiness, where two lives have such influence on the society. Stephen Mensah for Joy News.
So this strategy will lead. Oh no, not again.
Sir, relax. The generator will come on now.
The generator is not working.
Why stress yourself when the experts are just one tap away? Introducing Left Power, the smart emergency support app from Left Signature Limited. With Left Power, certified engineers respond fast, anytime, anywhere. No delays, no stories.
Hello, sir. This is Left Signature Limited. The request has been received and our engineers are already on their way. Please relax. We've got you covered.
This is professional. Every Left expert is certified, verified, and can be tracked in real time. Oh, you'll know they're coming before they even arrive. From electrical engineering and solar power systems to data center management, cloud services, smart automation, and software development, Left Signature delivers excellence, fast, reliable, and professional. Left Power.
Your solution is just one tap away.
Available on Play Store and App Store.
Is your tech holding you back? Feeling lost in the maze of outdated gadgets? Relax. Come with me to Configure.
Magic. Now I've been international fashion designer. No more pencil than talk matter beer. Coffee Ghana. Classic. Wow, number one.
At Ghana, we don't just sell electronics, we transform your life. From office to home appliances and more, we have everything you need to step into the future.
Ghana, classic one. Ghana, number one.
Anubu adaka hafi owa totro o adoyia aja agbomacho afisinala. Balala na mama dina sesi esia yi ano agbe le toma fafa yi yo ma amadaka mala nkulam de anu o
Good conduct, great life is brought to you by Indomie. Tastes great.
More Kivo inside. Kivo Gary Soaking Mix. A taste of Ghana.
Finding my dream apartment in just 2 days was a breeze with 7teragh.com. Looking for your next home, the perfect piece of land, or the best commercial property for your business? Are you worried about sending money home for property and finding nothing when you return? Well, worry no more. 7teragh.com is just a platform to find prime lands, perfect properties, or vibrant real estate development at the click of a button. 7teragh.com is your go-to property listing platform that allows you to register, list, rent, buy or sell, and connect with correct agents. With our AI-powered smart search, personalized dashboards, verified agent connection, and interactive property maps, all your property needs have been made easier. Check us out on 7teragh.com or contact us on 0302-998-246 or 0561-032-252. 7teragh.com, powered by MNC Properties. Imagine a church without prayers. Imagine a government without citizens. Imagine democracy without journalists. Imagine a world without the media. Life is full of issues and stories about people, communities, and governments. Stories that have.
All right, welcome back to the AM show. Time for us to go into what the papers are reporting, bring you the news review. But before we do that, let's bring you how the weather will be today. Watch this from the GMET. Now, the AM News Review is sponsored by Syntex Pipes, Pegasus Publishing, and Awake Purified Drinking Water. Yeah, it is. Let's get into what the papers are reporting today, and then we can make progress. The Daily Guide says Jonah Capital takes Nigeria to ICC over $500 million Abuja land. That story has been brewing for some time now. Atoforsen opens new military facilities. Applaud Unique Development Limited for the work done. AG Ghana leaders train 250 pastors in the Gambia. Wuntumi files for bail pending appeal. Goldfields must stay. Muniso youth. Aye. Now it's a ball. You say what you want to say depending on where you stand and how you benefit. So Muniso have also joined in defending Goldfields that they must stay. Yeah, they say that Goldfields has done enough for their areas and therefore Goldfields must stay. Let's see how that one goes. Also, the Daily Searchlight, MPP rejects rushed cocoa bill, calls for presidential withdrawal and key amendments. That's from the Daily Searchlight. Government yet to approve revised KG to primary 6 curriculum. Education Ministry. Wow. We keep revising power. Well, arrests, attacks on free speech. Bebu, Dafiamapo, unhappy. Okay. Visionary Showboys Foundation hands over 24 maize and vegetable farms to Ejumako Enyan, a Siam Education Director. Get Fund UNESCO signs sign MOU to leverage digital and AI skills in TVETs. So that's from the Daily Searchlight. Let's do the Chronicle newspaper now. Which minister took the $1 million bribe? The Chronicle newspaper is asking. AG promises full probe into AXA energy deal. All right, that's the Chronicle newspaper is what I am on now. Debt restructuring gains at risk in 2027, 2028. IBA says. Okay, so that is that there. Bit of it says Ghana's gains from its debt restructuring could come under pressure in 2027, 2028 as the country faces significant debt maturities that will require early refinancing preparations. The Investment Bank of Africa has warned. Okay, so that is that. Let's see. Kantanka family grateful for support during Apostle Sappho's funeral. And CAT challenges DVLA's delinquency charges. Okay, all right. So those are the stories in the Chronicle newspaper. The Ghanaian publisher now, Atu commissions Butler Barracks, applauds unique development company. So the story says, Dr. Kisel Atufor, an acting Minister for Defense, has reaffirmed government's commitment to modernizing military infrastructure to improve the welfare and operational readiness of the Ghana Armed Forces. He said the completion of new accommodation, office and training facilities at Burma Camp reflected government's resolve to provide military personnel with infrastructure that supported operational efficiency and improved living and working conditions. So that is the story there on this. And now he expressed appreciation to Unique Development Limited, led by Mr. Berchi Achenfo, project engineer Mr. McDaniels, and subcontractors for completing the project despite operational challenges. The Balabar Central Ordnance Depot headquarters and School of Ordnance form part of the Ghana Armed Forces modernization program to improve accommodation, training, and administration and enhance operational capacity nationwide. So that is what is there, this particular project. And this was, I think, started during the MPP time. So it shows that government is continuing for real there. MP rallies support for Coca, and that is the Ashanti regional elections there. The elections are happening this weekend. Sam Jonah drags Nigeria to international arbitration over $500 million Abuja land dispute. Pray for Ghana's water bodies and lands. Archbishop on Galamsey. The new finder, governance expert backs 5-year presidential term. Government yet to adopt NACE's revised basic school curriculum, according to Minister. Publican AI boost GRA revenue by up to 1.5 billion cedis monthly. Wow, that's a lot of money. Yeah, a lot of good money. Now, only 13% of Africans are aware of Afrobarometer. Really? 13% of Africans. Okay, Ghana target 10% renewable energy mix by 2030. That is the new finder. Free press, CPP to reactivate weak structures across the country. Encourage the extended family system. President is urging. Ghana High Commissioner to UK gains recognition. Okay, those are the stories on the Free Press newspaper. All right, let me now introduce to you my guest, the one who is in studio now. I have here with me so James Kwabena Bonfer Jr., PhD, is CEO of Census and lecturer at UPSA. Dr. Kwabena Bonfer, good morning.
Good morning, Kojo.
Trust all is well.
The grace of God abounds, and my forebears, they say Sirwenya is only the dead that is poor.
Okay.
We have life and we have everything.
Okay. Sirwenya.
Okay,
Sirwenya. We have the dead is what?
Nya is poverty.
Okay.
Sirwe is the dead person.
Okay.
The corpse.
Okay.
The lifeless body.
Okay.
So it is a lifeless body that is poor indeed. If you have life, you have everything.
Okay.
It's profound and
very
if you dissect it deeper.
Okay. Yeah. In my language, a hunter will say, Nimeu yedio hiania. Nimeu yedio hiania. Again, Nimeu yeniskwa. Mama adaze masakro nyaskwa at any time.
That's right.
Enti sirwenya America ni say Nimeu yedio hiania. Well, beautiful. Afwakwa Esquire is a member of the MPP's legal team. He's also here. Good morning.
Good morning, Kojo.
As all is well.
Oh, by His grace, we are doing well.
Great. Okay.
A very good morning to Dr. James Kwabena-Bonfair.
My brother.
Okay.
How are you doing?
Oh, God has been faithful and merciful.
Thank God.
Okay, so let's start our discussions then. By getting into the issues now, we are expecting Vicky Bright to join us. I'm sure she'll be coming in any moment from now, and then as well as Vondi, he would also be coming up any moment, to help us here. So let me say happy birthday to you, Richard Donko. Today is your birthday. Richard Donko is a friend of mine in Agonafie. Richard, in Edewa Oda, Yamamaza Dons Ruba by Gozo, Yo Kizri, Nama Wazo, Abisa de Muane, a grand more Vaimon. Namely, you're a very young man, more in Yenibabazi or Enzo, into Richard Donko, Mawa Gonaudo, Namely, you don't Dons Ruba by Gozo, Auda Baba Bay to you, Richard Donko in Agonafie. Happy birthday to you, my friend. Okay. So let's start from a year ruling a course for US. Ababedru Ghana Hamayati say even the OSP, the Attorney General, is going into the matter. Our person say why more ending a year deal Sasikanibi. I said the Attorney General has announced plans to investigate persons in Ghana allegedly implicated in a bribery scheme surrounding a power plant project involving Turkish energy company Aksa Energy. The move follows conviction of Ghanaian American former Goldman Sachs investment banker Asante Berko by a United States federal jury in Brooklyn, New York, for his role in an alleged scheme to bribe Ghanaian government officials to facilitate the project. Dr. Bonfair, I mean, let's see. If you look at the whole thing, tracking back to 2014 to today, what are our chances of getting to unearth people who were in this and even getting them to face justice?
It's a tricky one.
Okay.
And I say it's tricky because there are persons mentioned in this document or in this trial who were not before the court in the US. And it appears like what happened in the Mabe and Johnson incident, where names were bandied around and mentioned, and yet proving that indeed they were recipients of purported or mentioned amounts was another. It's okay for me to go and say that multimedia were reaching out to our resource persons and Afwakwa and Bonfair names were put up to receive A and B amounts. And that is you, Kojo of multimedia. However, whether Bonfair and Afwakwa actually or indeed received amount A or B is another matter, perhaps that the court maybe was not interested in. It becomes delicate and difficult to go ahead and say that indeed, for it to have been said in a court, it is okay to run with it and that the nation must go after the named persons. That is my initial comment. That said, we need as a country to also trigger our own investigative mechanism or process to find out how come what the United States of American court has found to be untoward did not cross our investigative line. Because that is what it means, that this was not an issue in Ghana. And it is supposed to have been an incident that took place partly in Ghana. I don't have the full details, but based on the newspaper report.
Yeah.
Okay? So if indeed that is the case, how come we as a country, with all our investigative bodies and our capacity to check, investigate, intelligence gathering, this never crossed our line, our radar?
And one thing I read, they said Ghanaian authorities went to view the plant in Turkey, and each was given $5,000. Can you say that's a bribe?
Kojo, again, that's why I'm saying that it is delicate, and I don't want to, you see, and these are some of the things that one must be very careful about. Is it indeed even true that Ghanaian officials were giving $5,000 because a document purports to say so?
Yeah.
And that's why I gave you the classical example that multimedia is working. Coach Kwesi Chum says that our resource persons, and my dear sister Vicky, so now add her, Monday resource persons, they wake up too early, so we want to give them something. And in the records of multimedia, it is recorded that Kojo Brace received an amount for Vicky, Afokwa, and Kobna, and it is ABC amount. It was given to you. Now, the question is, did Vicky, Afokwa, and Kobna indeed receive the said amount that is recorded in multimedia books that the court may have accepted? That is another issue that we want to look at. And I'm saying, indeed, if we are minded and we are concerned, we also want to know that whole transaction. Where is it now? That AXA deal.
But AXA was signed.
No, I'm saying, where is it now?
Okay.
What did they sign? What has become of it? Did it bring about any power? What is the state of the power now? I'm raising questions because I don't have the answers. And I will not sit here and pretend that in fact, I have very little knowledge about it. I'm only raising general questions because you have brought it up for conversation.
Okay, let me read this probably.
Okay.
It says that former Energy Minister Dr. Kojo has meanwhile denied wrongdoing in connection with the project. In a Facebook post attributed to him, Dr. Donko said there was no bidding process in which an official or minister had to be bribed to secure the contract. He said he never dealt with Berko, whom he described as neither the known agent nor local partner of AXA in Ghana. Dr. Donko also denied traveling to Turkey for negotiations, saying the government negotiations team comprised representatives of the Ministry of Power, ECG PLC, the Attorney General's Office, GRIDCO, and other institutions. He said the negotiated tariff was the cheapest among the emergency power plants at the time, and cheaper than some existing thermal plant. Dr. Donko further stated that no payment was made to him or received in his name. That's what the paper is.
So that's which paper is this?
Chronicle. Yeah.
And you can't doubt the credibility of the Chronicle newspaper. It's been around for some time. Look, my point is this. If we are minded and we are concerned as a people, as I've said, our own state security and intelligence agencies should be at work and go into this matter to find out how come it never even crossed our radar. Or did it cross our radar that we saw nothing in it, as some court in the United States has found issue in it? All these need to be put out for us, public domain, transparency. And I want to conclude on this. You see, I've seen people running with this on social media. Let's be very careful. Let's be very careful because it is not everything that is rumored that is true. Sometimes our own confirmation biases and our quest to look for certain negative news push us into believing fake, false, disinformation. We need to be very careful about that. In this era, that you don't just buy a story because it tends to make somebody look bad. But that said, I think we also need not to throw it away. I'm not suggesting that. It is a matter that is worth investigating. Let us put on our own investigative caps and go into the matter, get to the bottom of it. If names have been mentioned, the fact that my senior brother and friend, Dr. Akufo-Addo, has issued this statement is not, it's not enough conclusive. It's not enough or conclusive. It's important that we find out. Are there other names? Were there committees? Remember, some of these allegations have been made in the past about different scenarios. And then when people are asked to they are subjected to strict proof.
Yeah.
Now they run back and say, oh, I don't have the information. Let's be careful. Sometimes we destroy ourselves in this country ahead of ourselves. It's delicate, it's serious, but it is not beyond our reach. Let us go into it as a country, find all the issues there are in, and if we take our time painstakingly, I'm sure if there was anything untoward or any wrongdoing on the part of anybody in the name of the Republic of Ghana, Kojo, we will nail it. It won't be the media hype or the rush to go on social media to say, we've got them, this, that, to prove that somebody is corrupt. That will not help. We've done it in the past, it failed. Any investigative matter or any issue of corruption that assumes an over-proportionate media hype tend to die some funny death. So I'm very careful. I'm begging you. Let's look, thorough investigation, thorough. And let's exercise what my former Kabachera and later on Yagbonro Timu said, that restraint. Let's hold ourselves, that even though we have right to say some of these things, let's hold ourselves back, do the diligent work of investigation, bring all the facts out, but inform the Ghanaian public that this is what we found. Thank you.
Let me bring in, let me introduce to you Vicky, here, lawyer Vicky. She joined us. Vicky Bright is a legal practitioner. He's a former legal advisor to former President John Akufo-Addo and an entrepreneur as well. Vicky, good morning.
Good morning, Grace.
Hope all is well.
All is well. I just came back from our, Homo celebrations and Ghana. So
okay.
To everyone out there, we say afi, because for the Ghans, this is actually the beginning of
my sister didn't invite me.
So, next year you'll be
didn't invite me myself.
Year, everyone will be.
I thought my invitation was had a standing authorization.
So the Gamashin, they do it in batches.
Yeah.
So I'm from Gamashin, so we did ours.
Gamashin is where?
Jamestown.
Jamestown. Yeah, okay, so you're proper Jamestown.
Hardcore, yeah.
They call themselves British Accra. You have to explain to me why you call yourself that.
And where is English Accra? British is English. Where's Dutch Accra?
Dutch Accra? Yeah. I don't know. Also probably.
Also. Because I think that in Accra we have British secondary and I think Dutch secondary.
Escado is British secondary.
Yeah, okay. Let me bring in Afakwa. Afakwa, good that you and Vicky are all lawyers. Where do we start from on this particular matter? Like James is asking, why did it miss our radar? Or did it miss our radar or it came and we didn't bother? So where do we start from now?
Kojo, let me say a very good morning to yourself.
Okay, just before you bring it, let me also introduce, Honorable David Leet. He's not the late.
The late. He's late.
Honorable probably is coming from the constituency.
He's my brother, he's late.
To the late one.
He should deny it if he's not late.
David is MP for
Decided to ignore all cluster around this table for now. So.
Okay. Is MP for a Tema constituency and board member of SNC. He's a very good man. I met one of your constituents the other day and he was so full of praise for you. And I was like, really, I have to come to Chufo to see.
Yeah, good morning.
How are you doing?
God is good. I mean, let me say good morning
to agenda everybody. Man.
He's agenda man.
Here, I'm my very good sister and everybody.
Okay.
Bonfe is a brother, but unfortunately sometimes
he goes on the attack.
And my very good counsel friend, brother, and your good self. How is Nzuma doing?
You mean Hunter West?
Hunter West, right?
He's doing fantastic. I came from the Disdawn.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Good.
I got in Accra by 5:30. So.
That's fine.
That's fine.
Let me say good morning to my constituents and the chiefs and elders of the constituency, my DC and everybody. I mean, you can mention all of them, their names. Madam Confidence and everybody. I mean, good morning to them. And good morning to His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. I mean, over the weekend, there have been some very intelligent shake-ups and which of course is actually helping the cause of delivering the reset agenda.
Yeah.
And I am happy to see His Excellency Mahama as President of the Republic of Ghana at this time.
Okay.
Because we need him.
All right.
And so good morning to the entire NDC fraternity.
All right.
Thank you. All right.
Yeah. Afokwa.
Yeah. So, Kojo, I must say that the outcome of the trial and conviction of Asante Berko is a slap on law enforcement in Ghana, stemming from the fact that the whole issue, the foundation or the grounds upon which his conviction was founded stems from an arrangement that the Ghanaian people, through the government of the Republic of Ghana, entered into, i.e. during the Duso era, where we needed to upscale the energy generation capacity of our country to be able to ensure that we service our people with sustainable energy needs and the like. Once the names, some names, or some prominent names, or some inferences have been made, if we are interested in the fight against corruption, law enforcement in Ghana, the Office of Special Prosecutor has the mandate. Economic and Organized Crimes Office has a mandate. The Police CID has a mandate. But it's as if they've seen no evil, heard no evil. And that is a worrying trend as a people. Because when the issue of these power badges arose, stemming from the take-or-pay agreements and arrangements and the debt issues that occasioned this country, it became an albatross on the neck of the consumer in Ghana as far as the energy requirements are concerned, because we were paying higher energy tariffs as far as other countries within the West Africa sub-region were concerned. And it became a debatable matter. Even on your platform here, we said a lot of things about the charge, the take or pay and the charge per unit or whatsoever that we have had several discussions on. So if it is the case that some persons of state who are entrusted to negotiate, who were tasked with the responsibility to do one or two things on behalf of the people of this republic, benefited illegally one way or the other, and that whilst this issue has become a public issue, the state is quiet about it, then it's a worrying trend. I am guided as a lawyer, starting from the recognition of the presumption of innocence under Article 19(2)(c), that once Dr. Kwabena Donko has come out to say that he has not benefited from any of such matters, then the burden lies on those who are pushing that he benefited to prove. So, Kojo, what is the position of Yoko? I believe that if it were to be politically, the political opponents of the ruling government, they would have acted quickly to cause some arrest and start some investigations in a Rambo style, as has been the trend in our current dispensation. What is happening? Is it because that the named persons belong to the ruling party? Is it because that the named persons are high-ranking officials of the ruling party? The reason the state is quiet, the reason the state is in a comatose condition, the reason the executive is failing to act as far as the allegation is concerned. Kojo, you remember that when my learned senior brother, Honorable Dr. Dominic Ayeni, was entrusted with the mandate to serve as the Attorney General of the Republic of Ghana, the first week in office was the week of clearance, where he cleared all, he withdrew and entered nolle prosequi as far as all high-ranking prosecutions in the various courts of the Republic concerning which concerned members of the NDC were concerned. Yeah. You remember what happened in the Madam Sedinam Tamakulu Atiyomo saga, where some conspiracy theories are being bundled in because of what has happened in the past, as to whether or not the appellate court was right or wrong, because of the issues of the past, has found its way, its leanings into the decision of the Court of Appeal of the Republic of Ghana. Trust versus mistrust, integrity versus despair, identity versus role confusion is what is standing in our faces as the people of this country. This ordinarily shouldn't be a political matter. This ordinarily should be a security matter. And because of the nature of the issues arising, where the United States have found a conviction on a person, and this person is not a mean person. This person is a Ghanaian citizen and an American national also, a dual citizen. But to be sincere, he is more Ghanaian than an American citizen because his biological formations and all the rights stems from the African soil and has a Ghanaian root. He's a Ghanaian by roots and American by what? How do you call it? A true documentation, by adoption and nationality and those kind of things. So, if he has been convicted, then we should be interested in why he was convicted. And it stems from no other interest than an interest that is the interest of the people of this country. An interest that occasioned a high energy tariff.
But if you hear the Dr. Donko's explanation, he says that was the cheapest they signed. I mean, the cheapest tariff they agreed with the people. Again, he's also saying he didn't receive anything. And Dr. Bonfo was asking, how is it even true that because I signed and took money on behalf of you guys, it indeed got to you?
Yes, so this is why law enforcement agencies must come in quickly to investigate the matter and bring finality to it. Because if you leave it to us to play this ball, then the ball will be played properly.
Okay.
We all do not have the fine details or the evidence or the details of the transaction to be able to conclude as to whether or not there was a wrongdoing. But once government is a proprietary institution with the requisite holding the capacity and holding the proprietary documents as far as these contracts were concerned, can cause an investigation into the affairs of this transaction to establish whether or not wrongdoing has occasioned. Indeed, nobody will come and, in the midst of this anxiety, admit that, yes, I took money. Looking at how Dr. Akufo-Addo left office, that because he promised and didn't do so at a particular time, and then do so at a particular time, and trying to be a statesman, said that because he was unable to diligently perform that tax, he's opting out of office.
Yeah.
And we all clapped for him. Because it was the first time in the history of our country that
that's honor.
A statesman has acted in that manner. People will ordinarily stay in office until they are sacked or they are shown the exit. This is a country where when you are given an appointment, the next Sunday is a Thanksgiving service. If you are a Muslim, the next Friday is a Thanksgiving service at the mosque. What are you thanking God for? Thanking God to serve your people. So certainly, when he acted in that manner, we all trusted him until this issue came up. So once this issue has come up, I believe that he should ordinarily submit himself, even if the government is not interested, he should submit himself to law enforcement agencies to be investigated that his integrity, if indeed he had one, will be protected.
Okay.
If indeed he thinks that he's tainted, then he cannot go to law enforcement agencies because he knows that he'll be exposed.
Okay.
But trust you me, Asante Berko has been convicted, and he's the man in the middle of the arena. The unholy reign, the Doomsday bribery scandal. He has been convicted, awaiting sentencing sometime in November, we are told. So if he has been convicted, who did he disperse or disburse these funds to?
Okay.
He can tell the story.
Okay.
Again, Kojo, we are told that some state officials, MPs and other people, MPs on the energy subcommittee, Energy and Mines Committee of Parliament, also benefited, I think, $46,000, who received the colossal amount of $46,000 while they are paid by the taxpayer to work in the interest of the Ghanaian people as the people's representative in Parliament. We are told that some people in this country traveled to Turkey to negotiate or to inspect the power badge, the AXA power badge. And they also benefited $5,000. Who are these people? Can we name them? Because the records are there. I believe that it is the interest of the state that the Minister for Government Communication comes out to tell the people of this country who are the people that traveled to Turkey to inspect the power badges that is alleged to have taken $5,000 United States dollars. Did they take that on behalf of the people of Ghana? Did they take that on behalf of the government of the Republic of Ghana? Or they took the $5,000 on their own behalf? Let the records be told and the history be told as such. Then the parliamentarians that benefited the $46,000, we must also know who benefited from the said $46,000. And I believe that there will be more.
Okay. Let me bring in Vicky now. Vicky, the AG says it is collaborating with its partners to ensure that they reveal all of these or unravel these names. Where should it start from?
Well, I mean, look, from the beginning, I guess, because this is going to be our own investigation, so he has to start from the beginning, except that we have quite a lot of information from the case that went on in America. So there are two important developments. A U.S. jury has found Asante Berko criminally liable for bribery in this AXA matter. Secondly, as you said, the Attorney General has come out quite quickly to tell us that he's collaborating with the U.S. authorities to pursue all those who have been implicated in this matter. But so for me, the real test for us as a country begins now. It begins now because bribery is a two-sided offense. The person who pays, the person who receives. And then sometimes you have intermediaries in between. That is it, pure and simple. What the American case has established or dealt with is on the paying side. You know, the person who arranged to pay the bribes.
More like the intermediary you mentioned.
Paying and the
Yes, and the intermediary. So that's why I said arranged to pay the bribe. You know, so we need to know through proper investigation and due process who actually received the bribes. We shouldn't, and we should take our time to make sure we get this right. We shouldn't prejudge anyone, and we shouldn't identify people merely because they occupied certain positions at that time. And we should not turn it into an NDC MPP matter. You know, let's follow the evidence. Let's follow the companies that were involved. And above all, let's follow the money. Because if you follow the money, you can't go wrong. If the evidence establishes that public officials received money in return for influencing various members of the executive or parliament to make this happen, then they must be prosecuted, irrespective of their political affiliation. So I welcome the AG's announcement. But now, as I said, it's a good beginning. The ultimate measure of our anti-corruption system is whether, given what has been established in the U.S. proceedings, we can do that independent investigation and check whether there's sufficient evidence, admissible evidence, to prosecute those who are found to be culpable. And as I said, where the evidence supports, you know, let's prosecute. The trial in the U.S., according to the U.S. Department of Justice, showed that more than $1 million in bribes were either paid or arranged to be paid to various Ghanaian public officials to facilitate the AXA Power project. They said there were discussions, explicit discussions about $1 million for the minister, but then the minister has come out and said, look, yes, I don't know what they're talking about. They said $250,000. I mean, these are huge amounts of money for his senior advisor. And then they said there were, you know, the $5,000 payments to various officials. And then $20,000 to the MOP girls, you know, the Ministry of Power ladies. And then the $46,000 to paid by Berko himself, that was established to various members of parliament. We don't know who those people are. And there's also documentary evidence.
Did we have an office called Senior Advisor to the Minister at the time?
Probably special advisor, or yes. I mean, I think some kind of advisor to the. You know, there's always a special advisor or senior advisor or consultant or somebody. Every minister brings in someone to perform that role. And then we also have documentary evidence because apparently there were I don't know whether it's emails or whatever with various headings. So Parliament, PURC, Gridco, Power Team, Ministry of Power Personnel, etc., etc. So there seems to be some kind of documentary and financial trail which has to be it has to be followed. And so for me,
if you say financial trail, so we know that indeed some money is left an account to a certain
exactly account. Because there were payments, according to the U.S. case, there were payments through Ghanaian consulting companies.
Okay.
Bank accounts were involved or unearthed, invoices. Nominee.
I'm told there's nominee invoices.
Nominee account holders.
Okay.
And and actual cash withdrawals, according to the U.S.
So nominee
case.
means that, let's say Kojo Brace, I nominated
somebody because you don't want to put your name because you are in the position.
So now you have to get a job answer to them.
To then say, no, it wasn't me.
Saying that if you follow the money.
So follow the money. For me, you just have to follow the money. So there's also a Ghanaian consulting company that ultimately entered into an agreement or an arrangement to get $42 million over the course of the contract through various milestone and periodic payments. So my questions are these. Who beneficially owned those companies? You have to look at the trace to the beneficial ownership. Who controlled those bank accounts? What genuine consultancy services were provided? Were they genuine? Was it just put consultancy in there? And that kind of thing. Who withdrew the money? And where did it go? And what official decisions coincided with the payments? These are the investigative, to answer your question, questions that we have to look at. And then there's the money that was also allegedly paid to Parliament. And for me, Parliament doesn't need to wait for criminal prosecutions before asking what happened within its own institutions. It is an institutional question for Parliament itself. And they should take it out. We know that there was an emergency situation. It was doomed so. And emergencies often require expedited procurement. But emergency does not mean absence of accountability. And this is something that I think needs to be a message for all of us for future use. And then there's the Goldman Sachs situation, because he worked for, I think Goldman Sachs is one of the leading investment banks in the world. And so if a private financial institution, they saw this and they withdrew.
Exactly.
If a private financial institution could detect corruption risk and withdraw, where were Ghana's institutional safeguards? I mean, what were we detecting? Did we detect anything at all? Did we detect and not care? Or we didn't even bother looking, just our usual blasé, wait there, it's nothing. So, for me, America has established the paying side. First of all, everyone has agreed there was a bribe somewhere, or agreed or arranged or whatever it is, discussed about, whatever. They've established the paying side of the bribery scheme. We have to establish the receiving side. Prosecutors should follow the money and the evidence and let the axe fall where it may. If it falls on the feet of NDC officials, fine, they should be prosecuted. If it falls on the feet of NPP officials, fine, or both. Whoever it is, it should be, political coloring must not dictate where the axe falls. Ghanaians will be waiting to see how our prosecutors handle this case. So let's just follow the money. Okay. That's what I say.
Follow the money. Let's then bring in the man from Parliament. They have been cited in this particular matter.
Well, I think that...
So how are you going to address... Is Parliament willing to take this upon themselves and say, we want to get to the bottom of this matter?
I've read the report from the United States. And first of all, I did not see any specific names being mentioned in the report that I read. Again, I can even see it on your screen. And I have not seen...
This is from the OSP.
Absolutely. I mean, the OSP is...
they collaborated in this. I think the AG and OSP collaborated.
And I have not seen any name mentioned, individuals' name that have been mentioned in the report. Now we've heard allegations here and there that there was some money paid and all that. Let us also establish the fact that His Excellency John Dramani Mahama He's not the kind of president that will shield anybody just because the person may be in his government or not. At least we've seen the issue of his own friend, Abu Gapeli, was prosecuted under his regime. And so if there are truths and if there are some facts being established that individuals engaged in any corrupt practices in his government, I think that they will be taken through the due process and the truth will be uncovered. It is just not going to be proper to begin to pronounce people guilty even before their names are even mentioned. It will not be appropriate. And so let's be cautious of what we say in the public domain. I heard that my own senior brother, Honorable Kwabena Donko, mentioned somewhere that he knew nothing about any bribery issue regarding his service to the nation. It would not be fair to continuously mention his name and mention the name as if though there is some evidence of him taking some money, especially so when the report itself did not make any specific mentioning of any individual's name. Again, we also know
that the report said $1 million was paid to the Ghanaian Minister of Power. That's how
okay, so again,
That's why he responded.
Again, let us not forget the fact that Kwabena was a minister of power. But he was not the only minister of power that we've seen.
No, but in the time this deal happened.
Hold on.
Okay.
Kwabena was minister of power. Somewhere along the line, I think he resigned.
Yes.
Somebody took over as minister of power. Again, that person who took over, his name was not mentioned. We only heard minister of power. And therefore, it will not be fair to begin mentioning names that were not mentioned in the report. I will prefer that we tread cautiously in mentioning names until the names are properly being determined by the investigative agencies and bodies.
Agreed.
So we do not bastardize people around.
Let me ask you a question. This happened between 2014 and 2015, not so, per the report. 2014, 2015. Kwabena Donko resigned on 31st December 2015. So who else will come in the picture then?
Again, I am saying to you that there was no mentioning of Kwabena Donko. You can't take that far away from the discussion.
Yeah, that's true.
Absolutely. Point number.
I'm not sure people have mentioned his name until he came out to even deny that I know nothing about it.
Point number two, well established anyway. Point number two, we're talking about bribery. We're talking about corruption. We're talking about bribery. I don't think that anybody goes paying bribe and will want to demand a receipt for whatever he or she might have paid. You might have seen conversations and correspondence that may lead to that act being perpetrated, but there are no established receipts that are issued for whatever money that might be received. And that calls to mind to say that even the person who may have stand between the payer and the receiver to have received the money, whether the money actually got to its destination in itself must also be established. So you see, we should be very careful.
Okay, so let's go back to the issue about the power minister again. Now, this deal was signed on the May 12, 2015. June 2nd, 2015, received executive presidential approval.
Okay.
July 17, ratified by Ghana's parliament.
Good.
This is 2015.
Absolutely.
June, July.
Yes.
The Minister of Power then, Kwabena Donko, resigned in December 2015, 31st December.
So certainly, certainly, by all logic, it falls within his tenure of office. Is that correct?
Yes.
That's what we're all trying to establish. But again, you can't take the fact away that his name was still not mentioned.
Oh, obviously, yes.
So that is the establishment that I want everybody to understand, that his name was obviously not mentioned. It has happened within his regime. It was a referral that $1 million was paid to the Minister of Power. I agree. That was mentioned. But the point is that he's denied receiving any money of that sort. The point I was trying to establish again is that if you read the report properly, there was a payer of the alleged money, and then there was a middle player, intermediary, who was alleged to have received the money and then distributed to the Ghanaian receivers. Okay? I am saying to you that have we established that even when the money was paid by the payer, when it got to the intermediaries, it actually got to the Ghanaian people, whether they received it.
That's a question, Bonfair.
So, yes, I agree with him. Yeah. That link must be properly established. Otherwise, because if we do not do that, just as Kwabena is saying that he did not receive any money, it may be true he did not receive any money, and I'm choosing my words carefully. It may be true he did not receive any money. Yes, there's a reference that there was money paid to the power minister through somebody. But as to whether the person truly handed the money over to the power minister must be established.
Yeah.
So let's tread cautiously. Let's be very careful what we say about somebody and until the facts are well established. So we can, but again, nobody is actually condoning bribery and corruption and all that. We're saying that let us not hang the wrong person, let's hang the actual person so we can properly fight corruption. And that's what I think we need to do. The investigative agencies will do their work. I'm sure that nobody will you see, political colors are not affiliated to any crime. Crime has no color and must not have any color.
Okay.
I think that's the only thing we can do to save our country.
Okay.
And so let us not begin to accuse people when their names are not mentioned.
Okay.
Let's allow the investigative bodies to do their work.
Okay.
Then we can have some concrete evidence. Okay. When we mention them, it must be substantial.
Okay.
I think that's what we must do.
I think that Honorable is addressing Ghanaians and not the panel because today nobody has mentioned names. I'm sure Doc is.
In fact, we are all saying let's be cautious.
Yes. So Honorable is advising Ghanaians out.
That's what you suffer when you come late.
For you, I'm happy. I'm happy the NDC through Honorable Wandi is giving that schooling us on the jurisprudence of corruption and why Ghanaians should exercise caution in naming people. What happened in the Cecilia Adapa matter, where monies were found in her room without any link to any source of traceability as to whether those monies...
There was an evidential of money properly so being found.
Yes.
But as to whether the money was her property bona fide or not, nobody was
interested. Isn't there a point in
well, you lashed out as if the woman has committed
that was right.
the strangest
of even having that kind of money in your bed in that huge money must be a concern to you.
I'm coming. Hold on.
Let me continue.
I'll let you continue. But let me ask Vicky. Is there a law prescribing how much exactly you cannot have in your room?
Yes.
There's a law like that.
I think there's no law. There's an amount that you cannot. I'm not too sure.
I don't think so. I don't know. I mean, why should they?
There's no law.
But you see, but if you stop there, then there's a problem.
Okay. All right.
If you stop there, there's a problem.
So if there's
no, let Afua finish that.
So you see, there was an implied. There was an implied meaning that the woman has conducted herself in an untoward manner because she was a public official and finding those amount of money stashed in her room. This is a power minister who has been named in an unholy reign of bribery, where the middleman, the payee, has been convicted, has been found culpable, liable.
Is it the payer or the lender?
I think it's not the middle. It's probably the intermediary. The payer will be probably the company that won the bid, which we can say, or we can propose to be AXA, because they won the bid.
But you see, Vicky asks an important question: whether or not even the award win by that company followed an untoward process.
Yeah. Exactly.
That is when you can then talk about bribery. Go ahead.
Because of the rain, the ground was fertile. Because of the rain, the ground was fertile for planting. And that AXA was able to plant its power barge in Ghana. Allegedly. Are you getting it? This is a minister who has been named power minister. Between May, June, July, the process was completed. He resigned in December, allegedly benefiting $1 million.
He says he didn't.
That is him. But this is the report. We are imputing the report. But because we cannot independently fact check the report, that's why we are placing it as alleged. Because it must be scrutinized at another forum within our jurisdiction. One, my happiness is that Vondi, in respect of this unholy rain scandal, is schooling us on jurisprudence that we should be cautious, we should do this, we should do that. He is not the only minister. Now it has been established that the minister was the minister at the time. The same person who has responded to the allegation was the minister at the time, between May and December 2015. He now moved to a second leg. But on the Cecilia Dapa matter, this is a person who made conclusive remarks because of what we call the political capital. You know, I, we, they, and them. When it is with the opposition, it is they. But when it is with the majority, it is he. Because of the political diction theory, he's now alluding to the fact that Cecilia Dapa erred. Meanwhile, there's no established facts as to whether or not she's liable to any corruption scandal or anything with regards to the monies that were found in her room.
I think I just have to respond because you mentioned my name severally.
No. Wait, you can get back.
You'll get your time.
Wait, Mr. Ibrahim Ahama is a businessman, right?
Yeah.
So if you found $10 million in Mr. Ibrahim Ahama's room, he's not a public official, he's a business person. But that is worthy because he's a business person. If you find $5 million in Dr. Joseph Sion Japon's room, because he's a businessman, it's clean. But if you find $1 million in Vondi's room, because he's a member of parliament, and because he sits on a committee and a board member of SIC.
Of course, he has to prove how he got it.
SIC.
Unless he has a private business, which is lucrative.
SIC board member, a member of parliament, and we are told from the report that some of the members of parliament received the unholy rain.
Well, I've never been on the energy board, so you don't
so,
attribute that to me. Actually.
And I believe that the Ghanaian people will not be far from right by concluding on this report that what has happened in the report is what it is. They will not be far from it because of the precedent that has been laid in the past as far as the communication of the NDC in respect of some of these matters are concerned.
Okay.
They have never respected the presumption of innocence under Article 19(2)(c) of our Constitution. That presumes every accused person or a suspect to be innocent until the person has pleaded guilty or has been proven guilty before a court of competent jurisdiction. They have not. And under no circumstance have they.
Okay. All right.
Have they accepted as holy the presumption of innocence under Article 19(2)(c) because of political capital? And this is where they are. Okay. And they are finding it very difficult to communicate this subject matter because it happened in their regime.
Thank you.
Remember the Airbus scandal also happened in the same regime.
Okay.
Government official one.
Yes.
And as of today, we don't know who government official one is.
Thank you very much. I'm grateful to you.
Okay, so listen.
Yeah.
Quickly, so in the public domain, the jurisprudence of a matter is always being viewed by the content and the substance in the public domain. That is not court. So hold it there. Hold on. When a public, I'm saying that when the public sees money in your room, so huge as a public figure, they have the right to ask, where did you get the money from? Why is the money not in the bank? I don't think you should actually hold anybody for asking those questions. It's legitimate. And I think you will agree with me, it's legitimate.
I will not agree with you.
Well, that is your opinion. I don't want to fight your opinion.
Good.
Then number two, you see, Kwabena, when you listen and you look at his conduct in office, should tell you whether there is some level of merit in his claim of not receiving any money or not. I'm not judging him. I am saying that this is a deal where the tariffs in this deal was the lowest ever that was actually established. Do you think if Kwabena received bribe to work in favor of the company that received the award of this contract, Kwabena would be able to negotiate to that level to give Ghanaians a good deal? That's one of the things you need to establish. Point number 2, Kwabena himself says, I have not received anything. Let's be careful not to hang our own before even though the court pronounced them guilty. That's all I am saying. But you see, the public would have no reason not to reason. The public can reason and make their own talk and thoughts. That is different from the court. If I ask Cecilia that you are a public figure, you have so much money under your bed.
But that also went to
what
the court.
Are you hiding those
that
money
also went
there
to court.
for?
That matter also went to the court.
Hold on. If you ask those questions, I don't think anybody should question your thoughts and reason you ask those questions.
All right, thank you.
These are the things we must establish. They are not linked at all. One, we've seen money under a bedroom. We are asking, why did you keep those monies there as a public figure? The next is that there is an allegation of bribery. Then the person that is supposed to have received the money says, I did not receive anything. So these two things cannot be linked.
Thank you very much.
These are different.
I'm grateful, gentlemen. I'm grateful. Let me bring in Dr.
Don't marry the two.
Thank you.
Don't marry the two at all.
Okay, that's the advice. Let's bring in Dr. Bonfe. Yeah.
I think that Fondi has fallen for the trap that my brother Afuaka said.
Well, I don't see that, but it's your opinion.
Come on. It is principle. We are talking principle here. The principle. There is no established law in Ghana that regulates how much property one can acquire.
You just said you are not sure.
I said,
don't even conclude.
That's what I'm saying, that we are not sure.
There is.
Yes,
you say you are not sure.
Yeah, sure. Good. And that's what I'm saying that. Please.
But you see, when your properties are, declared as a public figure, prescribed by the law, and then
it is not to set a limit.
Allow him.
That law
that are found
that
outside what you've declared.
I sat here quietly.
Questions.
Please, let's. I'm just let him develop.
I'm going to allow you. Anyway.
You're talking about the fundamental
issues.
Yeah.
The principle is that you have a right to acquire property. You have a right to choose where to keep your money. And there are many people who keep their monies at home. But so that is the point. Now the principle here is what Afuaka was saying, that until someone is proven guilty, the person is innocent.
Article 19.
And that if we are saying same here as panelists agreeing on that for this power minister that some people have mentioned, my friend Dr. Kojo Donko, and he has responded to, we should deem him to be innocent until he's proven guilty. And he's saying that this principle should have been applied in the case of my mother, Cecilia Abradapa. That's all he's saying.
That's where we part.
Now we can part ways on there. If you are saying that you now want to jump into the
the principle, they agree with the principle.
Yeah, I'm saying.
But as a public servant, different standards apply.
No, but he's also a different. He's also a public servant.
No, yes, of course.
Good. So
I'm being consistent.
I'm coming. Yeah. So my point is that if a private person can have a certain amount in his or her house, and it raises no eyebrow until it is proven that that money is ill-gotten money.
Absolutely.
Then it cannot be different from a public person, a public officer. Now I want to conclude. You see, part of the problem we have in our country is that there are too many fakers parading around the corridors of public trust.
Yes.
Thereby
that is actually the problem.
Thereby perverting the whole essence.
That is the problem.
Of public service and public
and corrupt institutions.
Too many fakers who don't mean what they say and don't say what they mean.
They have no business there.
They have no business. And that's why, you see, even among thieves, there is honor. And that's why I talk about principle. Even among thieves, there is honor. You can steal from anybody. The thieves don't have a problem. You are stealing like they are stealing. But when you steal from a fellow thief, they say you have crossed the impermissible red line, they will kill you. Why can't we have principles in our politics? In one breath we say this, in another breath we say the other. A person is deemed innocent. That's a principle established in Article 19.
Yeah, it's a constitutional right.
If somebody hasn't been proven guilty of taking state money, why do we say that for the mere fact that we are a public officer and we have found money in your account? And this one is not even anybody finding money in her account. She went to report that somebody has stolen from her. And me, that matter is so bizarre that the way we handled it.
No,
I am robbed. I come to report to the police.
Complainant and accused.
And then, all of a sudden...
So are we discussing the power?
No, it's the issue of the principle. The principle.
No,
so I want to conclude that. I want to conclude that. Let's be careful. If we are saying that as a matter of principle, a person is innocent until proven guilty, it should apply to all.
But look at that.
There should not be public person who can be guilty of it, but not a private person, and so on and so forth. So this one, my conclusion is that let us take our time. Let our state investigative bodies, we have all
follow the money.
Good suggestions. Let's follow the money, as Vicky has said. And try to dot all the I's and cross all the T's. And eventually we'll come to a conclusion that will take us beyond.
Okay, I agree with you on that.
Okay, Vicky, I'm bringing Vicky on.
Those who are saying that maybe the man allegedly benefited the $1 million and resigned because he has gotten...
Oh, you are getting into a different terrain. I don't think you...
Yes.
Nobody said that. It is your own brain. It is from your own past. Nobody said that. Nobody said that. Nobody ever said that.
It's okay.
You're saying it yourself.
It's okay. Let me let Vicky conclude this. Let me let Vicky conclude this discussion. But Vicky, in you concluding, the OSP says it provided investigation and evidentiary assistance to the FBI.
So the OSP already should be clothed with some information that we don't know.
Yeah, because
I don't know why Kisi and his team are quiet on this matter.
But they brought down the statement.
They've put a statement.
Yeah, they brought down the
statement. But what are they doing to the Ghanaian, the officials?
No, but that's what's said.
But they have to investigate.
Read what is on the screen.
So he says, Berko faces maximum blah, blah, blah. The sentence will be handed. The case highlights the effectiveness of the international cooperation in combating cross-border corruption crimes. The cooperation between FBI and OSP on this case occurred behind scenes, and its public outcome of a successful prosecution is testament to the importance of mutual legal assistance. That's it.
Where do we bring
so Vicky.
Yes, no, I mean, I welcome the fact that they are doing this.
Yeah.
And as I said, they have to make sure they do it properly. Look, this is not rocket science. You can trace money if you really want to trace the money.
So once OSP played that role, can we be rest assured that we can follow the money as you said?
Well, that's what they are there to do. So I really hope they get this right. You know, I hope they can. They should be able to, because these are tried and tested principles, you know, in international law, criminal investigations, money laundering investigations. There are some major money laundering scandals, and really the only way you can find the ultimate, sometimes you can have up to 1,000 companies in between, you know, nominee companies in between different jurisdictions, Turks and Caicos, Grand, you know, Cayman, here. So you just need to have the discipline and the expertise. If they don't have it, or they don't have enough hands, they should outsource.
I mean, you are there.
Well, you know, I have done some of these things in my life, but you know, they should just get help and follow the money and follow it meticulously. Because look, some of these thieves can be very clever, and I'm not saying anybody has stolen here. I'm saying that generally speaking, people who set out to do these things can be. And so sometimes it surprises me, because in Ghana, a lot of these things are so simplistic that just a little bit, 20% of what you need to catch some of these thieves abroad, that's the only effort needed to actually catch some of these things, because the arrangements are not as sophisticated as they are in certain jurisdictions, where you know, you have proper criminals trying to launder. So follow the money and let's prosecute.
Thank you very much. Let me start the next topic with you. Sam Jonah has taken Nigeria to the arbitration for some $500 million investment he has in Nigeria. I'm sure you follow this particular matter. It's been coming over some few months now.
Yes.
What are his chances, anyway?
Well, let's talk about the dispute. Let's start from the beginning. For those who don't know, so this concerns approximately 501 hectares of land in a prime part of Abuja, Nigeria, River Park Estate, apparently. And apparently, he entered into a development lease agreement.
What does that mean? Break it down for those of us.
So, okay. So then it's like a partnership between the government, Nigeria is a federal country, so the state, I guess, and the private developer to develop
Jonah Capital.
Exactly, which is Jonah Capital in this instance, to actually develop the land. So there will be terms and conditions governing that development. So the land has been leased to Jonah Capital for a number of years. He's saying 30 years. And they are saying, no, it's expired last year. So that is actually the major bone of contention here. They have already developed a substantial part of it. You know, so we are not talking about 501 hectares of empty land here. Parts of it have been, you know, and there are homeowners on those parts, but those ones have been, if you like, quarantined, that they will be protected by the federal, by the state.
In some of the videos I saw, they were even breaking the gate to the already established estate.
Yes, no, but that is not, I think the minister has come out to say that they're going to be protected. So it's a commercial dispute over the unexhausted development rights. That is Jonah Capital's case. They are saying that they still have contractual rights until 2030 to develop and monetize the remaining portions of the River Park land. And so the question is whether the FCT were legally entitled to extinguish those rights earlier than Jonah Capital assets. That is really. So the critical disagreement is over the duration and then the termination of the DLA, the Development Lease Agreement.
But how do you terminate such agreements such that now there's a disagreement between the developer and the state? How do you do it?
Well, they are saying that, I mean, we haven't seen the agreement, so we don't know what's in there. But they are saying that the agreement had expired. As far as they are concerned, they are saying, look, the agreement has expired, so we are entitled to take the lease, the land back. It reverts back to us. So we are doing that. What they have not denied is that the agreement was between them and Jonah Capital. They've also acknowledged the fact that it's now gone to international arbitration. At first, it was just in the Nigerian courts. This, as you said, this is a case that has traveled around for a long time. So that changes the legal terrain considerably because it's now in the international arena. What the tribunal, the international, the ICT is likely to look at is the contractual rights, which were actually created by the DLA, and then the conduct of the authorities. There are several issues for Jonah Capital to think about. First is the contract interpretation. If they can establish that the agreement genuinely remained operative until 2030, then the purported termination becomes more difficult for the FCDA to justify unless it can establish the clear contractual ground for early termination. Number two is the performance by the Nigerian authorities, because Jonah Capital is alleging that, look, you yourself, you've breached the DLA, you know, because you failed to agree, you failed to provide agreed primary infrastructure, you know, roads, electricity, water, etc., etc. And so the developer had to step in to finance some of that infrastructure. So you have, so they are alleging breaches relating to development fees that they were entitled to, which have not been paid. And thirdly, which is potentially more serious, is what allegedly happened after the dispute arose, because Jonah Capital and various Ghanaian supporters groups are also alleging that, you know, fencing, as you were saying earlier, people were entering into parts of the estate, destroying facilities, and then bringing armed security personnel while the court and arbitral proceedings were ongoing.
The videos we've seen.
Exactly. So these will all become relevant to requests for, if they decide to go for it, interim or conservatory reliefs at the International Court of Arbitration in Paris. So, in July last year, the Nigerian courts actually ordered, the High Court ordered the parties to maintain the status quo. So this is in flagrant disregard of that. Yeah, so I think that there's a deeper rule of law point in all of this. I mean, of course, Nigeria has every right to regulate its land. It's its country. They also have every right to enforce planning requirements. And if Jonah Capital has breached the DLA, then they're entitled to establish that before a tribunal. But what what they can't do, what they can't legitimately do, is to invite someone to enter into a commercial agreement with you.
Okay.
And then get the investor to commit substantial capital in reliance upon the agreement and your invitation. And then wake up one day and simply extinguish those contractual rights by some kind of administrative fiat if the contract does not give you that right. So I think, and even if it is said that Jonah Capital have committed some breaches, were those breaches fundamental enough to justify termination? Because in law, not every contractual breach leads to termination. Was proper notice given? You know, many development agreements allow proper notice.
All right.
Cure periods.
All right.
Termination procedures.
Okay.
So, and then let's also look at the whole Ghana, Nigeria, West Africa, AFCFTA, in that whole spirit, ECOWAS, and all that. So that for me is important. You know, African governments, you can't call simultaneously for greater intra-African investment and create uncertainty about whether contracts that are entered into with you will survive, you know. And there are many Nigerian companies here operating, and they are not being treated by government in that way.
David, I can see you have a lot to say about this matter. Let me give you some 2 minutes on it, our time.
2 minutes?
Yeah.
It's worrying. You know, Uncle Sam is a businessman, and I think that Uncle Sam's business acumen is known by everybody. Very big businessman, will do everything correctly and all that. Will not go and invest that kind of money in Nigeria without looking at the due process, going into proper commercial agreement, establishing what it is that must be established. Then, after putting all those monies in there, then there is this dispute of whether it's ended 2027, 2026, or 2025 as a contract, or it's going to be 2030. And that should be a determination of entering into somebody's landed property that so much millions of dollars were used to build, to break it down. I think it is just, to say the least, wicked. Number two, we're in Africa. Okay, our bilateral trade agreement, our relationship, ECOWAS, West Africa, Union, and all that
AFCFTA
must come to play and must see that establishing a relationship among ourselves in that regard, commercial relationship of that nature, no matter the breach, must not necessitate a demolition of that kind of property. That kind of money poured in there. And you see, it's happening all over. Even here in Ghana, I've suffered that kind of fate so hugely in my businesses.
Hey.
Yes. Bought a land, millions of dollars, built many houses, some of them painted and roofed, painted, tiles and all that. 10 different 5-bedroom houses, more than 10.
Hey.
You wake up in the morning, nobody took you to court, nobody put demolition notice on the buildings. Then you wake up in the morning, then you see the police with bulldozers and clear all the houses down.
Jesus Christ, that's you.
Yes, this is me, Honorable David Vondi, me. My company, Clenham Constructions, in Ghana, Spintex. Then if been under litigation, I won the case at the High Court. It went to the appeal. They appealed to it. I won the case at the appeal court.
Hey.
Supreme Court, I won the case at the Supreme Court.
Hey.
So what it means is that the demolition was just criminal.
Yeah.
So what happened to what you cost, the investment we put there all these years?
I have to take those monies from the people.
So the point, no, hold on. Yes, I mean, we're there. But the point I'm making is that these are not remedies. These are not things that we should condone in Africa. Mm-hmm. That you see these investments, millions of dollars put into investment, buildings, properties. Then you see somebody wake up in the morning, enter into your property and bulldozes down, all because you think that there's some level of breach of agreement. What kind of agreement should necessitate that loss occurred to Sam Jonah and his company? Can you imagine the number of people you've employed? In Africa, even in Nigeria, workers from Nigeria, the masons, the artisans. Then you go there, that I have some kind of agreement that, well, it's terminated, it's not terminated, that cannot be sorted out, and you enter into the property and destroy that kind of property. I think there should be no reason to justify this act. Wow. As Africa.
That's why it's good it's in the international arena.
And it's happening all over.
I'm shocked to hear this.
Horrible. Wow. I have a special relationship with Sam and some level of, but you see, the fact is that Sam is a good man when it comes to business.
He's my chancellor anyway.
Anywhere
he's my
to mention some name differently. He's a good man. He will ensure the right thing is done, and that is why he succeeded in his business. And I think that these kind of things must stop. It must stop.
Thank you. We pray that he gets the justice.
Well, at the international level, you will. I mean, they will look into the matters.
Dr. Bonfe.
So let me pretend that I don't know Sam Jonah or Jonah Capital and deal brutally with the matter.
Yes.
What is at stake here? I would want to go back to what Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah said on the 25th of May, 1963, at the formation of the Organization of African Unity. He made a profound statement that there is no single African country that is having no issue with their neighbor based on the artificial borders created by colonialism and imperialism. Even in our country, Ghana, today, these regions, regional creations, you know of one ethnicity that is split to two regions. And we've carried it on. Very little has been done to decolonize even our language, to decolonize our mentality, to decolonize our borders. And that must be flagged in this matter. Forward to that, we have AFTA headquartered in Ghana.
Yes.
What is it supposed to do? The Africa Free Trade, Continental Free Trade Agreement. What is it supposed to do? Is it not to promote trade amongst us as our people and so on and so forth? That is why we must all buy into what former President Akufo is doing with his Africa Public Interest Media Initiative, APIMI, that we have been doing this continental talking at the governmental levels, whereas our people don't connect with ourselves. So we need to get to know one another. It is obvious from the documents I have seen, scanty they may be, on this matter, that it appears some Nigerians who now know or have realized that Abuja has become prime. And not the same as back then when the contract was entered.
Yes, you are right.
Want to pull a fast one. I think it started from 2005.
Exactly.
And somehow, the authorities in Nigeria
how would the government
have not been able to, if you like, be fair in the matter. Now, so I want to flag that. Then I come to this point of accepting that Africans are Africans. They are Nigerians. My earlier panelists have said it. They are Nigerians trading in Ghana.
Yeah,
who own a lot of property here.
Protected. Nobody is
must be to them. We don't need to give them special protection.
They nearly formed their kingdom anyway.
Yeah, but they are allowed to operate and are liberty to do so.
Look at what you did to somebody's property.
And this is where my information is that even though this is a private matter, there was some high-level state intervention at the governmental level, whether it's at the presidency or the ministry.
I had Samuel Kojo,
which saved the situation a bit, and I would want to applaud government for that, even though this is a purely private matter. When your citizen is at, you must look at it. Now, there were attempts to get justice at the Nigerian courts. I think it didn't work out.
No.
I understand that there have been some investigations. We don't know all the facts. I am disappointed, at the same time happy that it has gone to arbitration, international arbitration. I'm disappointed in that. Why can we not solve African problems within Africa?
Yeah, why do we always have to take it?
Why do we have to get justice only when we go to international arbitration?
We have judges, we have the...
Are you getting me? So, yes, if you have no choice in your jurisdiction, you have no option than to go outside.
Yeah.
Now, what does it say of us?
We can't manage our own
The
affairs.
same thing.
And then it flies in the face of what Osajefo I quoted, said that the black man is capable of managing it. We are showing we are incapable.
Yeah.
So we need to be careful about that. I'm praying and hoping that we will be guided. But maybe the Jonah Capital too will take a lesson from this. That in future transactions, perhaps they need to be more careful with who they deal with at the local scene. Because as Vondi is saying, I'm sure if you go into your matter, it is somebody who perhaps was helping or was pretending that they were along with you, who eventually got your property destroyed. But I will pray that you go to the highest level to get justice.
It's gotten it.
It is not enough to get the Supreme Court judgment.
Okay.
People are holding Supreme Court judgments and they are not able to execute.
No, but
we will execute.
So yes. But please, I mean what I'm saying. I know of a land matter involving some two high-profile people somewhere around the Sphinx. So please, go ahead, and get the right processes.
Those so-called high-profile people must be.
My conclusion is that, please, Ghanaians, Africans,
these things,
we have no home
that the development you are breaking down.
Let's do justice to ourselves. I had a terrible experience at Casablanca, and I tell you, Ghana, there's no compare. Let's be careful what we have.
Yeah.
And hold it.
And let's be each other's keeper.
Just 2 minutes. Our time is up.
Yeah, Kojo, in respect of the Jonah Capital matter, yes, what I would say is that it's a slap on regionalism and integration. This calls to ask whether international law is law.
Exactly.
If we're a student of international law, the first question that you'll be asked is international law. It's international law. Once international law is seen not to be law because it does not have the force of law. It delivers opinions, directions, and other things. Certainly, once we are preaching Africa Continental Free Trade Area, economic integration, ECOWAS has been in existence for several years. And surprisingly, where this issue is happening is the capital of ECOWAS.
The capital, yes.
The capital of ECOWAS.
Yes. And
fighting the capital of Africa Continental Free Trade Area.
Yeah, true.
So if the two capitals are fighting,
ECOWAS capital fights after capital.
After capital. Then, where lies the adepts as far as the integration of Africa is concerned? So African leaders must be proactive. We must ensure that our laws align in terms of investment to be able to attract foreign direct investment into Africa to help Africa develop. Some of these occurrences do not encourage investment. That is why most foreign investors that come to the African soil do not trust our judicial system and our courts.
Yes, it's all subject to English law.
And that when they are drafting agreements, they prefer to use arbitration and choose the seat of arbitration to be either England, Paris. This is what I'm told they are going to Paris. But Ghana, we have Ghana Arbitration Center that we can even use Ghana as a seat of arbitration in respect of some of these investments.
Foreigners will never go.
But because of mistrust, we don't even trust ourselves. Yes. Because we know that, in terms of this matter, I'll go and see Mama Vicky and
all because of lack of principle.
Yes.
Governance
two definitions. The same matter, two definitions.
Same law. Two interpretations.
Okay.
And you see, when you see, have you read a judgment from the ECOWAS court in respect of the Madam Getty You'll be amazed. Some of these things that happen do not even give trust to our people. Those kind of things. We must begin to build trust. I'm sad it happened to Vondi. You see how passionate he's talking about. Sometimes if you don't get into your nerves, you don't feel how the things are.
You know how much land we bought?
Bob Marley said, he who
Vondi
goes to Reggie Manuel.
Vondi.
Millions of dollars.
Vondi. These are high profile ones. See, small ones. Last week, I secured bail for some two
small ones. Some of us can withstand. But
two young Ghanaian people. I'm coming. Two young Ghanaian people. The bail condition was succinct. 30,000 with two sureties, one of whom should be a public servant, earning not less than 5,000. Because the matter concerns the president and the national security coordinator, we have submitted the pay slips of the sureties for the national security to do the inspection and confirm. These two young men, and the matter is a misdemeanor. They are being held like felonies. They are still in custody for misdemeanor, publication of false news. So if we are doing this to ourselves, why can't people do to us even in high levels like these investments? The law, the court has pronounced, has granted them bail. 30,000 with two sureties.
I'm grateful.
They are still in custody. Not that they are not meeting their conditions. They have submitted.
But let us talk about the reshuffle.
The reshuffle. Our time is up. I know if my producer will be magnanimous enough to
this is Africa that we are building. So if we do this to ourselves, then the whites will also do same to us. Other nationals will also do same to us.
My producer is not commenting, so I don't know what to do. I have to close the show.
Will continue to suffer.
I wish you could.
Yeah, so I'm grateful.
Just a quick one.
There is a
we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it next time.
I'm being told that the
1 minute each.
The local government minister.
1 minute each. You have started.
I'm told that the local government minister was removed from his office because he belongs to the Assyrian Ketiakam.
Oh no! But he's been taken to Western Housing.
You know, he controls the MMDC. And because of their presidential primaries, he holds the key. Once he controls the local government, he will have influence to support his boss. And that they are taking him out of that place to a different place. And again, the person they are bringing there.
We should discuss it tomorrow.
The person they are bringing there. The person they are bringing there.
Mama
Yariga. He's competent and qualified. But he is also acting as a minister for chieftaincy. In that respect, look at what is happening in his backyard.
Thank you very much. I'm grateful.
His backyard book.
I'm grateful. It's okay. I'm grateful. Vondi, come in here.
Thank you. I think that all these years, right, I have looked at His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Now, the level of sagacity.
Vondi is coming in.
The level of sagacity in His Excellency John Dramani Mahama's administration in making decisions is legendary. If you look at the quintessential of Mahama Yariga,
which ministry do you want to go?
Mahama Yariga and my brother.
Please allow him. We have to finish. Please.
My brother has said, I want to know where he wants to go.
Bondi, hurry about our time is.
You know he's a contractor. He's a real estate developer.
My brother. Mama Yariga and the new.
Let me go and play my good Jack and get your
appointment. Is quintessential. That level of competence you cannot take away from the two of them.
The new leader, you mean?
Absolutely.
Who's the new leader?
My brother
Agaga.
Okay. I wanted confirmation from you.
My brother Agalga.
Okay, all right.
So I think.
Oh, he has been named.
Yeah, I mean.
Majority leader.
So I
Wow, let me
congratulate him. I've congratulated him.
Okay.
And I see that the NDC, we have the men.
Okay, thank you.
It doesn't matter who you bring.
Okay, thank you.
You don't have women.
I'm grateful. Our time is up. I'm grateful. Thank you.
Let me congratulate my own Zaneto.
Thank you.
I think that Zaneto is one of the very nice.
I'm grateful to you.
You don't have women.
Vicky, come in. You may probably do 30 seconds for me. You don't.
I don't talk plenty.
Exactly.
Yeah, for me, I see it as a fairly surgical political and administrative repositioning of the president's government. He's not disturbed his economic management team or undertaken any broad performance-based removal of ministers. He's filled 2 important vacancies, moved experienced hands around, and brought 2 significant political figures into the executive. And most importantly, most significantly, changed the leadership through which government manages parliament. I think the Mahama Yariga one is for me, the most politically interesting appointment because it's probably the most politically consequential move.
Okay.
Zaneto is interesting. It's a tremendous opportunity, but very high political risk. If she's able to succeed, it will reposition her. If not,
Okay. Thank you. Yes,
30 seconds.
I'll say that.
I could have said a lot more.
Yeah, but I would. The president has it to make appointments and disappointments. I can only wish him well and say that whoever is appointed takes the burden off the president to now have the duty to justify their inclusion. Let's think Ghana. Let's think beyond party. Let's think beyond self and think about service to Ghana, service to country, service to people, service to God. And in love, God will reward you greatly. Thank you.
Thank you very much. David Bondi is MP for Chifo at Tema constituency in the Central Region and board member of SIC. Unfortunate incident happening to him there. I'm heartbroken for him. Victoria Bright is a legal practitioner, former legal advisor to
you won't say it.
And an entrepreneur. Also, my friend Enoch Afokwa is a member of the MPP's legal team, and Dr. James Kwabena-Bonfa, CEO of Census and lecturer at UPSA. Please, today is the birthday of the former MC for Hunter West, John Ajari. Honorable, I say may the good Lord bless you for your kindness, for your leadership, for advice, and for everything. Honorable, happy birthday to you.
Yesterday was the...
John Ajari, Enedowa Woda, Nyamini Yirao, Edumanu Naye Okezire, Ilu Akeyenyawa, Nke Debenti, Michna Dememo ya Janu. Nama Kenyamino was na Edu on one also. Yirao Naye Okezire. John Ajari, former MC of Hunter West. Nyamini Okezire.
Yesterday was the birthday of former NCA boss.
Okay.
Joe Anoche.
Oh, okay.
Maybe you can add that too.
Okay. Dr. Joe Anoche. Yeah.
Former NCA boss.
Yeah. And just briefly, please permit me before I dash off. There's a viewer of mine who supports me hugely. Today is her birthday. Let me just quickly do this. She says. Okay, Dorothy Mensah Tando. Today is your birthday, so Dorothy Mensah Tando, you sent me a message on TikTok to say that 8th of this month is your birthday, so I should wish you. Dorothy, you are at Agunafie in Hunter West. Dorothy was also happy birthday to you, Dorothy Mensah Tando. Yeah.
It helps me a lot. Nana San.
Okay.
It was his birthday yesterday.
Okay.
So belated birthday. Nana,
all right.
Happy birthday. We really love you. And we appreciate everything you do,
from
Nana.
all the Ghans to all Ghanaians. I feel.
AMD's review is sponsored by Syntex Pipes, Pegasus Publishing, and Awake Purified Drinking Water. Thank you very much. Stay on. We have a lot to bring your way. Good morning.
Through every stage of life,
Let's go.
some things simply stay with us. The spirit of never giving up. A throwback to a bygone era. Love was service. The silent statement of love. A thoughtful gesture that deepens bonds, balancing work and life. Every drop refreshes, every sip hydrates, just as it should. I am awake, one for life. Drink water, drink awake. Supporting the National Cardiothoracic Center. This advert is
Finding my dream apartment in just 2 days was a breeze with 7teragh.com. Looking for your next home, the perfect piece of land, or the best commercial property for your business? Are you worried about sending money home for property and finding nothing when you return? Well, worry no more. 7teragh.com is just a platform to find prime lands, perfect properties, or vibrant real estate development at the click of a button. 7teragh.com is your go-to property listing platform that allows you to register, list, rent, buy or sell, and connect with correct agents. With our AI-powered smart search, personalized dashboards, verified agent connection, and interactive property maps, all your property needs have been made easier. Check us out on 7teragh.com or contact us on 0302-998-246 or 0561 032 252. 7teragh.com, powered by MNC Properties.
Misses, bad referee decisions? Don't let your child's grade suffer a bad match. Ensure a straight win this academic season with curriculum-aligned textbooks and interactive tools from Pegasus Publishing. From preschool to senior high school, we have the exact game plan your kids need to ace their classes. And because it's World Cup season, you get a massive 20% off every single book. Don't drop points. Call 059-50-10175 or dash to Pegasus Publishing in Accra, Newtown, right opposite the Total Energy Station. Free delivery within Accra when you call. Pegasus Publishing, shaping minds, winning futures.
Hey buddy, it's me Azar.
Yeah, me now they see. Hey, you look fresh. Oh.
Wait till you see what's inside me. Azar, freshly made inside and out for greater coverage and colors that last longer and beautify your walls, spaces and places. Azar, no size. Go ahead, buy now. Azar, #1 from Azar Group since 1921.
Discover Willow Lane in Sakumono, one of Ghana's most prime community. These expertly designed 4-bedroom homes feature a private elevator, 4 ensuite bedrooms, private balconies, walk-in closets, and a gourmet kitchen and a maid's quarters. Perfect for families, executives, investors, and retirees. Our community offers a swimming pool, playground, and 3-tier security for your peace of mind. Experience the ultimate in comfort, convenience, and community here at Willow Lane, Sakumon. Visit waylead.org or call 0240-111119 or 0308-040500 to book your tour today. Waylead, your trusted home builder.
Volta region, or is Volta region part? Yes. Which part of Volta region? I have to show you where in the Volta region to go to. I have to. We will. Many thanks for staying. Now, for many girls, menstruation remains more than a health issue. It can be a barrier to education. Our latest Hotline documentary explores how menstrual poverty is affecting girls' ability to stay in school and the urgent need for solutions. Here's the documentary produced by Nana Boachi Yadom.
Menstrual hygiene remains a significant barrier to girls' education and well-being, particularly in some disadvantaged communities. UNESCO estimates, for example, that about 1 in 10 girls in sub-Saharan Africa misses school during menstruation. And in some areas in our own country, far too many schoolgirls are forced to use improvised and sometimes substandard materials because sanitary products are unaffordable.
Menstruation is a natural biological process, but for millions of girls in Ghana, it is not just about blood, it is about shame, fear, poverty, and missed dreams. Over the years, UNICEF Ghana, through its WASH and adolescent, gender, and youth programs, has supported menstrual hygiene initiatives. Yet, according to the Ghana Statistical Service Mixed Survey, 9 out of 10 girls in Ghana miss school during menstruation due to cost, stigma, and lack of facilities. Girls often lack safe spaces, accurate information before first menstrual period, and affordable sanitary materials. Many resort to rags, toilet rolls, and papers, especially in rural areas, which sometimes lead to exploitation. In response, government allocated 292.4 million Ghana cedis in the 2025 budget for free sanitary pads in primary and secondary schools.
I promise to reintroduce the distribution of free sanitary pads to female students in primary and secondary schools. The 2025 budget statement allocated 292,400,000 Ghana cedis for this commitment, and I launched this initiative on the 24th of April 2025. Procurement is ongoing for over 6 million sanitary pads, with each student receiving 3 packets per term at the basic level and 4 packets per semester at the secondary level. Distribution will be done through the Ghana Education Service structure to all 261 districts, ensuring that no beneficiary is left out.
Girls are still missing school during their periods. For many, the reasons are painfully simple: no pads, no privacy, no water, but overwhelming shame. In the Ashanti region, I met Tamina, a head porter at the bustling Edum Central Business District. Her job is tedious, but she keeps moving. Each trip means a little more money for survival. She is a mother of 3, 1 boy and 2 teenage girls who have started menstruating. Amina says she's unable to afford sanitary pads for herself and her 2 daughters because the price is too high for her.
If your menses come, sometimes you can cut the distance, the pine, and what am I going to say? like you want to find 1 cedi or 2 cedi and buy something to eat, you won't get that money. So if you didn't get that money and you are, but you can't find money to buy this thing part.
Sanitary pad.
So it's difficult for us.
So when you don't get the money to buy the sanitary pads, what do? You
can take this thing, T road or this thing, what am I going to
Papers?
The paper or this thing, rag. So all that is infection for us.
Amina recalls a painful moment when menstruating while carrying a heavy load with no access to proper materials or a place to clean up.
If you come to work, there is no money to eat. And if you menstruate, you can't find money to buy pad. Sometimes you carry the pan and you want to find 1 cedi or 2 cedis and buy something to eat, but you won't get that money. And if you don't find that money to buy food to eat, then you can't also find money to even purchase sanitary pads.
Her story mirrors that of many market women. In several instances, when caregivers cannot meet this basic need, girls are pushed into transactional sex, exchanging their bodies for money to buy sanitary pads. Menstrual poverty becomes a driver of sexual exploitation. Sister Olivia Omo is a director at the Safe Child Advocacy in the Ashanti region. She tells me the horrifying situation of many young girls in the region who are unable to afford a sanitary pad during menstruation.
You know, sometimes very disheartening. You see girls come up to us and you ask them, why are you looking so miserable today? Why are you so dull? Why are you so sad? And after much trust, they are able to share with you that that in menses they don't have sanitary towels, and so they can't go around the markets to carry load as usual because they are afraid they will be soiled. And we even have cases of girls who have come dripping and crying too, because when people see them and start embarrassing them, the next thing is for them to cry because they know they cannot afford to buy a sanitary towel to keep themselves well.
According to her, the condition is terrifying and surprising to encounter in today's Ghana.
It's just a pity that buying sanitary towel for some young girls in vulnerable situations, not just those on the street, but even some of our girls that we sponsor in schools, when they have to bring the issue of sanitary towel and you add it up to the costs of the prospectus that you have to get for them, you discover that over time it becomes burdensome. And the girls are sometimes ashamed to even talk about sanitary towel as a need when they are listing their numerous demands of the school.
The story of Amina does not end in the market. It follows us into the classrooms. Girls play and laugh, but glance nervously at their uniforms. Here at Kokobeng MA Basic School, fear hangs quietly. The fear of blood stain, the fear of ridicule, the fear of missing yet another lesson.
Working closely with my SHEP coordinator, sometimes we get into contact with these girls, and sometimes the story they tell is very appalling, and sometimes you want even to weep because the children find themselves in very difficult situation during their menstrual cycle. There was a situation whereby we discovered that they were even using some of their exercise books. Yes, at school, when they see that happens, then they will tear some part of their exercise books and then try to manage of it.
School records show that many girls in their menstrual cycle miss classes regularly and some drop out entirely. We met Abigail, a teenage girl in her final year of junior high school. She lives with her grandmother. There is love in that home, but no money to purchase a sanitary pad during menses. As she speaks, tears flow freely. Each tear carries missed lessons, missed exams, and missed dreams.
I stay with my grandmother, and we don't have money. Anytime my flow begins, I depend on my sister's pad. If she doesn't have some, I use her toilet roll.
Abigail tells how, as a user of rags, she manages to keep them clean.
I don't just have one rag, I have two. So when the other gets dirty, I wash and take the second one.
Another student, Susanna Cheibafo, is just 14. For Susanna, menstruation does not last 5 days. It lasts a month because fear keeps her away.
When my menstrual period happened, my mother don't have money, so my mother used to go to some place and collect toilet roll and give it to me. When she comes, I stop school. I don't come to school about 1 month's time or 2 weeks. Then I use the toilet roll.
Is it just the toilet roll that you use?
Sometimes when my mother did not get the toilet roll, I use rag. When I come to school, I miss the subject they have learned. I don't understand anything, and it have get me a lot of problems. So I need help to get sanitary pad. When I get it, I can come to school and learn and get all the understanding.
People perceive that if we are in the city, some of these shouldn't be encountered. But I can tell you with a number of experience I've had all over these years since I became a teacher that it has been a very great challenge in the school. Why? Because when it comes to the government school, majority are living with other people. It's few of them who are living with their parents. So those who have been brought from the village, the north, all over the country to come and live with people to assist them in their household chores, that has been brought here. It's become a challenge because they don't get what they want. So some of them end up using newsprint to that extent. Some of them uses their exercise book.
Medical evidence shows that poor menstrual hygiene increases reproductive tract infections. Blood loss without proper nutrition exposes girls to anemia. But beyond health, something else is lost: confidence. "17-year-old Priscilla runs towards the school toilet, clutching a paper. Inside, there is no water. The floor is wet. The smell is heavy. Yet, she must clean herself as the examination waits.
It's me at a way and smile, but say, and to maybe I need.
Inside this toilet, I use neat rags, sometimes papers and toilet roll. But for the rags, I have to be changing it periodically. This is because I don't have any pad and I don't have money to buy some. My grandmother doesn't have money. The day I have pad, I come to school, but when I use rags, I stay home.
Adame wo pad na me best school sa pad na me yisu diaba but se me ni pad sa da na me best school me yisu ntuma go no ofie se na be ye be boa me.
We have the challenge of wash facilities. This is a basic school made up of the kindergarten, the primary section and the GHS, but there's only an old dilapidated there's a toilet facility. It's a very big challenge to the school, and even in terms of menstrual hygiene, it's difficult for even girls to come to school, because even those with pads, where to change, there are no changing rooms for them. So they would rather stay home and manage during their menstrual cycle. So wash facilities is a very big challenge of the school.
Now, what you see behind me is an uncompleted school block that has turned into a hideout for some of these girls who undergo their menstrual period. Up there are some young girls who whisper to me that one of their colleagues is menstruating, and for fear of stigmatization, this is where she has to go to change herself during the school period. Now, it is likely that for her, with her colleagues around her, she's using not. Government allocated over 292 million Ghana cedis in 2025 to provide free sanitary pads. Yet, here, the reality remains unchanged.
Honestly, it's not enough. Why? Because I am their girl child and shop coordinator. And been sharing the sanitary pads to these students. I remember I have to give them at least 3 or 2 pads. Here goes a student. I have come down to their level, like I'm their mom, their friend, their everything. So they open up to me. Some of them are heavy flow students. They have heavy bleeding. So even 2 sanitary pads can take them just a month. So I asked myself, what about the rest of the month? But I realized that when it came, we saw some slight differences in the population, because they started coming to school because at least some of these things will be provided. But when they get finished, that was one of our challenges. They go back to the old style again because they won't get access to it.
But where systems fail, communities sometimes rise. Despite this growing crisis, there is a tide turning. Just as the ocean shapes the land, a new movement is shaping the future of young girls in the central region. We drive from the coast of Winneba to the Ejumaku Enyamesiam district to a small farming community called Obantar. It was once known for school dropouts and teenage pregnancies. But out of hardship, the community built something powerful, a pad bank. Not a donation center run by outsiders, not a short-lived project tied to promises, but a community-owned lifeline, centralized and safeguarded by the traditional authorities themselves. At funerals, weddings, naming ceremonies, and community gatherings, a simple appeal is made. Coins drop into bowls, envelopes are passed quietly. Every contribution, small or large, becomes a shield for a girl yet to come. Every month, sanitary pads are purchased. This initiative goes beyond access. Under the supervision of the chiefs, records of adolescent girls are carefully kept, not to police them, but to protect them. Their menstrual cycles are discreetly monitored. When a girl misses her flow, the system responds not with punishment, but with intervention, counseling, and care.
This teenage pregnancy, are too much in our village. Actually,
teenage pregnancy was a big challenge in our community previously. In 2023 alone, we could record 5 to 6 pregnancies from teenage girls who sat for the basic education certificate examination until we came up with an idea of establishing a pad bank which will supply sanitary pads to the girls but also be a means to track whether they are pregnant or not.
At the Obantar Basic School, this innovation has done more than keep girls in class. It has changed destinies.
Time to share the sanitary pad, please.
Among the many lives touched is Gloria Sam. She was just 14 years old when she experienced her first menstruation. At school, Gloria is known as diligent, focused, determined, but that was not always enough. Before the pad bank, Gloria says her period days were filled with fear.
Things were difficult previously. I am shy, so when I come to school, I get scared that blood will stain my uniform, so I stayed inside and not enjoy the break period. The boys used to laugh at me while I'm stained. When I report them to my madam, she tells me to go home and change myself. But even when I get home, I had no pad to use.
But today, the story has changed. With access to pads, Gloria walks into class with confidence. Her attendance is consistent. Her performance has improved. She no longer fears her body. For Gloria's mother, Mami Sam, the relief is visible. She says the pad bank has lifted the burden many parents silently carried.
This intervention from the community prevents men from deceiving our children. It has equally helped parents, because if your daughter asks for something and you don't get it for her, she is easily deceived by men, and it destroys their future. This intervention really comes to block this. The chief gives the part to the children or their parents. This helps us know that the girl is not pregnant.
Madam Dorothy Aka speaks with excitement. She has seen the struggle firsthand. Instances when girls ask for permission to leave class and never returning for the day.
I remember one scene, that was last term. A girl who had soiled herself sent a friend to come and tell me that she wants to go to the house and change. And I asked the reason for the changing, and she was saying she was not having sanitary pad, and she used the olden time, the rag, and her uniform is soiled, so she has to go home and change. And going home, she's not coming back. So that is the incident I remember. And bringing this sanitary pad thing is going to help them a lot.
But today, she says the community intervention has reduced absenteeism, improved participation. For her, the pad bank is not just a health solution, but an educational breakthrough.
So what they normally do is go in for this boyfriend so that the boys will give them money to purchase the sanitary pad. And sometimes because they don't get the money and they don't get the support from the homes, they come to school in this rag, the olden day thing. So I think the sanitary pad coming to the students will help a lot, especially those that are in the cycle at the moment.
The story of Obontere is not told in emotions alone, but it is written in results. In 2024 and 2025, the community recorded not a single school dropout linked to menstruation. For Headmaster Isaac Obing, the difference is undeniable. Before the initiative, he recalls losing bright students, especially girls, without explanation.
Taking that initiative, in fact, it is helping with the teachers. So sometimes we get the full complement of the students to teach, rather than those days when they are in the menstrual cycle or when they are in the menstruation period, they move to the house. Instead of doing that, it's also disturb their academic performance.
A UNICEF study now supports what Obontere already knows, a confirmation that this initiative works. Parkwesi Wood, a water and sanitation officer with UNICEF, reviews data showing the intervention's impact on attendance, hygiene, and adolescent well-being. He describes it as result-oriented, scalable, and deeply rooted in community ownership.
The important thing about this is that it resolves a big gap, which is that girls are not able to afford basic necessities. And so they sometimes go into relationships as a way to, get a supporter to help them pay for these necessities. The data is very supportive. Data that we have supports this. We did a study in 2023, and we found out that amongst adolescent girls, about 51% said that they can't afford sanitary pads. And even a further 20% said that sometimes they can afford it, but sometimes they can't. So you can see there's a lot of adolescent girls who say that sanitary pads are unaffordable. And if their parents are not providing it, they do find other ways to provide for themselves.
The district chief executive for Jumaku Enyanesiam, Andrew Kojo Donko, believes this model must not remain in Obontere. He is calling on assembly members across the district to adopt it.
It promotes healthy condition for the girls. And you see, we have talked about this initiative for so long in the country that we should have this for our ladies. Because you see, when you come to Jumaku, we have smaller communities where living condition is very difficult. To acquire or to buy a sanitary pad is something hard for some of the parents to do. So it's a good initiative by the government to provide the girls with sanitary pad so that wherever you live, in the urban area or the smaller community, you can have access to sanitary pad when the ladies get into their period of that.
Sister Olivia Omo echoes that call, applauding the community's vision and urging nationwide adaptation.
I think that is wonderful and credible, and it's a model that we can all imitate. Such communities really stand out, and they should be, in fact, they should be brought to limelight to be appreciated for such initiative. So it's a good model, and I think we should really promote it.
In Obontere, pads are more than pads. They are protection, they are prevention, they are power. And in a small community that chose to act, girls are staying in school, dreams are staying alive, and futures are being rewritten, one pad at a time.
So let's expand this conversation this morning, and I'm joined by my really good friend, Dear Abdul Latif, Eco Period Menstrual Care Ghana. We're also joined definitely by the person who championed this documentary, Nana Boache. Nana, well, let me start with you quickly before I come back in studio. Nana, what stood out for you whilst you're filming this documentary? Some of the real life stories some of the ladies told you that probably, I always like to say, didn't make it to the story. What stood out for you?
For me, what stood out happens to be the same stories from the girls about how they turn out to use rags, toilet rolls, and then papers, not just ordinary papers, but then their own exercise books when they are in their menstrual period, or because they cannot afford sanitary pads. You know that we hear these stories day in and day out, and as a man, I barely want to believe or side with the stories when I hear them. But I had to go on the ground and then speak to these girls, speak to their parents, speak to their teachers, and realize how true it is. And the fact that it is leading to an increasing number of school dropouts among the girls that we spoke to, some who skip school for a month, 2 weeks, etc. And then the fact that there's a solution by a small community like Obontere in the central region, which we can adopt to ensure that there's a community-led initiative in helping some of these girls who go through the difficulty of having access to sanitary pads.
I see. Nana, I know that you say that it is a hidden barrier to girls' education, I would also say that it is quite a glaring barrier, like a physical barrier. You can see it, you can feel it. But let me come in studio. Amdia, you've been on this for years and for a while. Tell me how serious menstrual poverty is. I know that is the big one, but it has its subsets and all of that. But how serious is it?
This is very serious, Emefa. And I mean, thank you so much, Nana, for bringing this to light, because, I mean, if you heard them, this is the reality on grounds. A lot of them are actually admitted to using rags. That's the reality on grounds. And Nana's story actually didn't capture only the problem. It captured the solution and went further to talk about the impact of how just a common intervention by a community can impact girls' education, not just the confidence, the quality of their education, and this has a ripple effect even on the SDGs. So, I mean, menstrual health and hygiene is a big challenge that does not affect only the girl, but her entire family and the community and even the nation at large, because, of course, a missed class today is a missed wage tomorrow. So if we talk of unemployment, if we talk of low-income wage for women and girls at this age, remember that that young girl who is missing school days today is going to fall within that bracket just because of a single pad she couldn't afford.
I mean, Amdia, though, is it affordability or is accessibility? What's the real challenge?
It's actually the whole package. It's a comprehensive problem. It has to do with not just access to sanitary pads, not only affordability, but most importantly, knowledge and information and the facility to manage this their period. You remember Amina mentioned that she didn't even know when her period comes.
Yeah.
That could tell you that it's not only pads that she needed information on how even her body works. And that's why I think we miss a lot of the time, because you know, menstruation has suffered so many years of misconceptions and taboos and stigma, so nobody wants to talk about it. So even in the house, nobody talks about it. So they don't even understand how the body works, what is the time of the month I should be expecting my period. That's just one challenge. The other challenge has to do with, of course, access to the pad. In some very rural communities, it's not only, even when you have money to buy the pads, you can't even access it because of the poor roads. They are unable to come to town to purchase these pads. So access is a challenge. Affordability, fine, now there's a product in the market. How do you even afford the pad? Because, of course, we all understand the high cost of these sanitary pads. And within those areas where a lot of these challenges are recurring, it's because of what? Extreme poverty, inequality, and underdevelopment. So the family is unable to prioritize their upkeep over your menstrual needs. So affordability is one big challenge. Have you asked yourself why they keep saying rags? They go back for rags. Because the rag is always accessible.
It is.
It's always available. And it's so affordable. So how do we capitalize on something that is a reality for these young girls? For women, for so many years, our grandparents have been using these rags and they didn't give us infections, but we are growing. The world is, changing. So how do we innovate around solutions that are already known to us? How do we innovate local ideas to meet international standards, add a bit of technology and innovation so that we could actually globalize it? And this is something that I know is still new to the Ghanaian market, but this is actually changing the menstrual health landscape in a lot of these African countries, and even in the West.
Yeah.
On global level, there's been so many research. I've worked with Parkway Seawood and a team at UNICEF. On global level, there's a lot of investment that has been made into what are the sustainable alternatives to solve this menstrual health challenge globally. Globally, over 500 million, that's 500 million. People are suffering from what? Period poverty. So what is the sustainable alternative? And the readily available alternative that has really worked, based on data, are reusable products.
Absolutely.
And these girls are already using it. So how do we innovate around these products?
You know, you always have my attention when it comes to the reusable pad. I'll come to you and we'll talk more about this. It's very fascinating. I know that you've been working hard on this, and we always want to talk about the sustainable means, right? But let me engage Gloria Ofori-Bedu, International Federation of Lawyers. Gloria, thank you for joining us this morning. In discussing menstrual poverty, how shall we proceed it? Shall we discuss it as a right to women or young girls in this country? Or shall we just discuss it as another just basic needs? I'm not sure how. I recognize that the government is making some intervention by announcing that, well, they will be distributing free sanitary pads and all of that. But we still know that there are young girls in this country who still do not have access to it. How should we proceed when we're discussing this whole menstrual poverty conversation, Gloria?
My name is Gloria Ofori-Bedu, B-O-A-D-U, that's my name. And our organization is FIDA Ghana, International Federation of Women Lawyers. And it's in the Spanish acronym, Federación Internacional de Abogadas. So it's FIDA, just for your records.
Thank you.
I would just say that it's information and innovation. You know, a lot of us cannot afford big pharma, what is being done or manufactured based on, you know, the global concepts. We have different, when you go into some shops, there are different kinds of, sanitary pads. We have the thick ones, we have those for a lot of blood and low blood and all that. It's all very creative out there, just like baby diapers. But we also have our, limitations when it comes to affordability and sustainability. So I would say that, one, we should give out information to the young people. I remember we were taught in Form 1 about what it means to menstruate. At that time, some of us were 11-year-olds and we had no clue. So we had a lot of information. There were even questions set on it, and we're very well informed. And then we also had the innovation of using cotton wool products. At that time, the pad had come on the market, but it wasn't very well known. So we had cotton wool products, and a lot of us used that. And then we know that traditionally, they also use cotton wool or cotton itself, a lot of cotton. And then that one was like the baby napkins. With those days when there were no diapers, baby napkins were used, but they were washable, usable, and they could be recycled. So it's a matter of information and innovation. And maybe through that, we can also make some profits, just as the other manufacturers are looking out for.
Right, so for you, in proceeding or in discussing the menstrual poverty conversation, we should look at it by providing more information in terms of wanting to
girls and to their families, that there's going to be a time when you have your period and it's natural, and the womb, what happens to the womb when you have your period, and how to protect yourself even against infections, and to know that it's normal. It lasts for 3 to 7 days normally. There's all that information that we can give to girls from maybe class 5, and also to teachers and to their families. And then the girl has to know that she apart from sanitary pads, there are other options she can use, and she should just make sure that she has the opportunity to change herself regularly and keep herself, keep herself in hygienic, positions, keep bathing like we do twice a day and all.
Okay. Well, I mean, Gloria believes that we should just give the women or the young girls enough information. When they are well equipped and they're well informed, then what?
Enough information and then enough alternatives, please. Enough alternatives.
Okay.
Enough alternatives. Otherwise, everybody will feel handicapped.
Yeah.
Exactly. The alternative, that's where I also would share more light on. So the women, especially young girls, because of where they find this generation. There's that public perception about menstrual blood, again, information being dirty and filthy and impure. So they don't even, there's that, people wanted to have the convenience of discarding their menstrual blood because of what we've been made to believe, that our bodies are dirty and filthy and impure. So when we educate women and girls on these things to understand and appreciate that this is just a biological phenomenon, and this is what actually makes you a fruitful woman, to bring forth a human being, and your menstrual blood is not dirty, filthy or impure, but it's actually pure, natural, and healthy. Then, when we start to give them the conversation about alternatives, they won't have any problem washing down their blood.
Let's talk about the alternatives. For you at Eco Period, reusable sanitary pad, pure natural comfort. This is one of the alternatives that I definitely think that government can consider. Amdia, what's in this pack? What does it do? How safe is it as an alternative for young girls?
Exactly. So this is actually engineered from specialized materials. They are made free from all the synthetic gels and chemicals and fragrances and even mints that are found in some of the parts in the market. So these are actually, they absorb a lot of water. They prevent leakage. So they are made from 3 different layers. It's just missing 3 specialized materials that work in a very different way. So the top layer will absorb a lot of water. There's an inner core which double absorbs moisture, and then the back layer prevents leakage. So here you don't mix any coagulants to hold the blood or coagulate the blood. It's just a material preventing leakage and absorbing water. So it actually helps to reduce women's risk of allergic reactions, like rashes. A lot of women are suffering in silence. Of course. Yes, the rashes, the discomfort. So these alternatives actually they are free from all the gels and chemicals. So they actually help you to manage your period in a much safer and dignified way. They are designed to promote good health, save costs, and protect the environment.
I'm quite concerned how these young girls can keep this quite hygienic as well. How safe is it? How can they keep it clean and as well maintain the hygiene?
Exactly. In fact, this is actually a safer and smarter alternative. It's also eco-friendly because this is so easy to care for. Apart from the free from the chemicals and other things, it's so easy to care for. It doesn't behave like the way blood behaves on normal clothes. This is a specialized material again. So when you put it in water, it absorbs a lot of water, but when you put it in water, everything comes out. You don't need to actually squeeze it like the way you squeeze your panty.
Yeah, you just rinse it like that.
put it in water, everything comes out of it. And you realize that it's so easy to even wash this than to wash your panty. And then drying it to, when you dry it in the sun, in fact, we have to start normalizing drying our panties in the sun. When you dry it in the sun heat is capable of sterilizing it for next use. You don't need any special sterilizer or disinfectant. It can actually be sterilized. And even if there's no sun available, it can still dry well by a well-ventilated window because of the specialized material. So with this pack you are holding, Emefa, there will be no more monthly purchases of pads, no more burning and burying of pads. You know, people burn their pads, right? Others also bury them. And the normal disposable pads take about 800 years to decompose, outliving the entire lifespan of the user. So all the pads we've used are still piled up somewhere. So with this one, we get to actually keep our environment cleaner and greener. And then, of course, for 3 good years, the girl can actually use this very pad. So it's a one-time purchase. So this is where, government can actually come in because we understand menstruation is a monthly occurrence and she will need monthly supply. So on that level, how do we rethink sustainable alternative that can actually keep a girl? Because if you want to impact her education, you need to consider the duration should be in school.
I'm definitely going to keep this one, and every information that's on it, I will be sharing. You know how I feel about this product and this project, so I definitely will tell you more about it, but it's quite common and available. Every information, I'll provide it for you in our subsequent bulletins. But Amdia, thank you. We'll pick up on this conversation. We've just started it once again. We'll pick up on it and we'll stay on it. Thank you so much for coming.
It's always a pleasure, Emefa.
Well, just stay with us. We have 2 more conversations before we wrap the show. It's nearly that time of the year again, and I'm excited because the Joy News Habitat Fair is almost here. And of course, let's talk to our beloved sponsors, those who believe in this brand so much. This morning, I'm joined by Andy Girl Darko. It's the first time I'm hearing that name. Andy Girl Darko, Customer Relations Manager, Akwa-Addo Building Materials. And of course, no new face on this screen, Kukwa and Kwanda. She is Head of Marketing, Door Masters. Real pleasure to have both of you join me in studio.
Okay.
I feel like when I ask you, introduce yourself and tell me about your brand, I feel like I can even tell them about Door Masters.
I know, right?
Kukwa, you stay with me. Let me go to Andy Girl. Andy Girl, tell me about your business, your brand, what I need to know about it.
Okay, so like you said, my name is Andy Girl Darko.
Over here, we talk slightly a bit up.
Okay, my name is Andy Girl Darko. I'm the Customer Relations Manager at Akwa-Addo Building Materials. And I would say Akwa-Addo Building Materials is a manufacturing company that has been in existence for over 5 years, and it specializes in high-quality building materials for plumbing, interior decor, and also for roofing. So for the plumbing, we have items like PE pipes, PVC pipes, PPL pipes, and others. And for the interior decor, we do have TNJ, PVC marble sheets, and also we have wall panels.
Okay.
And for the roofing, we have lightweight, weather-resistant roofing sheets. Yes, so that is what I can say.
Let's give a minute to Door Masters. Door Masters, once again, tell me about your brand. Like I sleep and wake up, Door Masters. Tell me about
I
your
feel
brand.
like if I leave audience, they would even be able to
Of course.
But I mean, for the purpose of those who don't know,
yeah,
Door Master, obviously we are the best in door, the leading premium door brand that is currently setting the pace when it comes to providing quality, affordable, premium, and smart security for the entire Ghana. We've worked with people in the built industry, architects, homeowners, developers, and we have 15 branches across Ghana. As products, we have complete range of products.
As of last year, was it 15? And how did the account?
Yeah, the beer count, it was 14. Now we have
Right.
15. So we have a complete range of products spanning across exterior doors, smart doors, interior, premium, comfortable privacy doors, armor doors, just name it, waterproof doors, and even glass bathroom doors.
Okay.
We have been in the service of providing not just doors, but then
added services like warranties, insurances, and then are famous. I mean, we were not having that last year. Now we have the Doormaster Secure Plus, which is our insurance cover when you buy doors from Doormaster. So we give you 1 year insurance cover on your entire building. So it covers for flood, burglary, rain, I mean, name it, any other unforeseen circumstances, and that is Doormaster.
You are kind. Auntie girl, so why were you motivated, or why are you motivated to be part of my beloved Habitat Fair?
Okay, so we saw the fair as a platform that brings together both housing solutions, the providers and the consumers of housing solutions. So we saw this as an opportunity to engage with the consumers, since we are providers of building solutions such as PVC pipes, building TNG, and wall panels and the rest. So we saw it as an opportunity to engage with the consumers, exhibit our products to them, and also help them or assist them in making, let me say, informed decisions when choosing building materials, such as the one we provide.
Okay, let me also come to you. Same question. Why you thought to be part of Joy News Habitat Fair? Is it the same reason last year?
It has even improved. So you know, the Joy News Habitat Fair is the most credible platform for people in the built ecosystem. So whether you're building or you are a retailer or a manufacturer in the business, it provides a platform for people in the ecosystem to come together, educate the people that consume, and even provide an opportunity for those of us who consume to also make very informed decisions. Because now, when it comes to building, things have changed. If you're building and you're just using, what's it called, scarce information, you might do things and then you would regret later. So it's always better to consult. It's always good to speak to the experts and then also get the right type of information so that, I mean, you build and then build once and for all. So the Habitat Fair is great for us. We're always excited to be there. And those who know that we are the life of the party, so this time around it's going to be more.
Andy, for you, that you seem to be providing a one-stop solution, building materials. What are some of the common mistakes people do before we come to the special offers, especially this mini clinic? I'm going to be opening my eyes like this, looking at the special offers. But what are some of the common mistakes that people do?
Okay, so some of the common mistakes is people tend to go with the lowest market price. That is the first one. And another one I think I'd say would be not planning properly, getting adequate information, like my colleague said. So you have to, before you get into building, you have to really plan out well and know the kind of materials, understand them before you start your building, because your home is like your sanctuary. After a hard day's work, you have to go home and unwind, and you just meet.
So for this mini clinic that's coming up, do you have some juicy offers?
Yes, we do.
Yeah, I had it.
Yes,
that's how we like it around here.
We do.
What are some of the offers?
Okay, so at the clinic, the first one, I think when you come to our stand, we have some discounts available for ready-to-buy consumers. And also, there's another package there. So for that, I'll keep it a secret. If you come,
did you come?
Yes.
When they come, what should they say before they know that they saw you?
Oh, so far as we see you interacting with us, showing interest, you're good to go.
You get by all means, and there's also discounts.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, I'm the accountability officer here for my friends who watch. But Kukwa as well. Still, are people still making mistakes with the type of doors they need?
Plenty. So the recent, you know, there's the build project ongoing. I think a couple of times they've come on the interview.
Yes.
Yeah, we are proud door sponsor for the build project. And when we went to the site, we realized that the main front entrance is actually an interior door. So these are some of the mistakes that people make, because they look at door, they look at aesthetics, they look at the overall feel, and then they feel like, okay, because I like it, and I call it me peminya ni DNB. They come and then they say that I want the same design. As to whether it fits for the purpose, and then the type of material used for the door, it's actually going to serve, it's not considered. And so we always try to educate our clients, and then that's why we tell them, if you need to buy doors, if you need to build, you need to speak to us first, because we're going to consult you, find out that if the door is the right type of door to put at the right type of place. If you put an interior door in an exterior space, you're going to have a lot of troubles. Like, because it's not built for weathering, it can't withstand harsh weather conditions, and then the security system is not complex or sophisticated enough to be able to withstand burglary or even impact. And so we always encourage that you need to consult with us before you build.
So this 14th to 16th, the mini clinic that's happening at the Achimota Ball, do you have some like discounts?
Plenty.
Plenty. Are you sure?
We are bringing our premium range of doors. We are bringing the Armor Royal series doors. We are bringing the Smart and Mechanical Special series. And we are even outdooring our new collection, which is the Doormaster Royal series Villa collection.
Any other idea?
You should come and see it. It's coming with, some gold accent knockers and doorknobs with, bulletproof and...
As in, like, if they shoot Bushia, it won't come.
It will not do it anything.
Okay, Andy, what's the best seller for Akwaaba build materials? What's that thing that people like to buy from your place more?
Okay, so I think that would be, I won't say the products, I would say our quality, our consistency, and our customer satisfaction.
Okay, okay. So for the 14th to 16th of August, we have our mini clinic at the Achimota Mall. What should people just look out for? What's the color they should be looking out for? And they can easily, of course, Andy girl is very prominent, like you will see her. But what else should we be looking out for?
Okay, so a lot. We are bringing everything right from the factory to the premises on that day. So a lot. They should just come and see.
Okay, okay. Tell me where we can locate you. Any other relevant information that our viewers can...
Yeah, we are located at Adeti, off the Nsawam Kumasi Highway, inside Nsawam. Yes, that is our location. And in case you want to visit us on our website too, it's www.akwababuildingmaterial.com. Email us on info@akwababuildingmaterial.com. TikTok and Facebook is at Akwaaba Building Material. And our contact is 0554 627 666, and the other one is 0534 848 666.
There you go. Please say the numbers again.
So the first one is 0554 627 666, and the other one is 0534 848 666.
Okay. All right, sweetie.
Yes, my love.
Yeah. 15 locations. Just reiterate again how we can find you and then how visible you're going to be at the mini clinic.
Okay, so the most visible thing you're going to see is buy two, get one free. I didn't speak about that. So we are in the biggest promo of the season, which is the Doormaster Achadiekese promo. Anybody that visits our stand during the Habitats Fair mini clinics, come and buy two exterior doors. Let's give you an interior door for free and give you free installation on all. We also have massive discounts going on all our doors, including the economy doors and then the turkey doors. And so this is your chance to look out for anything that you see, buy two, get one free, boldly written, it's Doormaster.
That's one that if they shoot you too, if you buy one.
That is what we're giving. We're actually even doing some on the interior door. So we have the buy three, get one free. So you buy 3 interior luxury doors, and then we'll give you a glass bathroom door, a wooden bathroom door for free, and give you free installation on all.
Nice.
And so we are very active online, www.doormaster.online. You go to our website, you can browse through, and then you see all our range of products. We have over 400 plus designs.
Okay.
And also we are active on Facebook, TikTok, Snapchat, LinkedIn, everywhere. We are very active. Just Doormaster, and then you will find us. And so don't miss out on the Habitat Fair mini clinics. Come and interact. Let's learn. Let's educate you and also introduce you to our new range of products that we have outdone.
We'll come, Papa. Andy girl, so finally, if you had just one thing to tell somebody who's planning to build, who's already building, who's nursing the idea, what would that be?
Okay, so it's all about quality. Never compromise on quality.
I agree.
Yes. So. And don't rush your building process as well. Seek the correct professionals, build gradually, get the right materials as well.
Okay.
Then you're good to go.
All right, Kukwa and Andy girl, real pleasure to have you. I'll see you 14th to 16th of August at the mini clinic here. I want to come and touch the the door, no?
The smart door.
That one,
yes.
that one that if you talk to, it can open, no? That one.
We are bringing all of them live and colored. If you want to buy, you buy from the best indoors.
Always a pleasure to have you, Kuku and Aniga. Real pleasure to meet you as well. I'll see you at the Achimota Mall. Don't miss out on that 14th to 16th August at the Achimota Retail Center or Achimota Mall. But this afternoon, another one I do not want you to miss. Beyond the Numbers, Ghana's premier business analysis show takes you inside the operations of the popular Ghana Gold Board. Now we'll sit down with the Chief Executive Officer, Sami Jemfi Esquire, for an in-depth conversation on the board's operation in the gold sector and the key issues. And of course, you know, my favorite person, Kofi-Addo, will be the one doing the questioning and seeking some clarity on the operations of Gold Board. You don't want to miss that. My name is Emefa Akosua Adeti. Please stay for Joy News Desk. I see you at 12 for the midday news.
Messes, bad referee decisions. Don't let your child's grade suffer a bad match. Ensure a straight win this academic season with curriculum-aligned textbooks and interactive tools from Pegasus Publishing. From preschool to senior high school, we have the exact game plan your kids need to ace their classes. And because it's World Cup season, you get a massive 20% off every single book. Don't drop points. Call 059-50-10175 or dash to Pegasus Publishing in Accra, Newtown, right opposite the Total Energy Station. Free delivery within Accra when you call. Pegasus Publishing, shaping minds, winning futures.
In Ghana today, when a civil servant is caught in corruption, he is either suspended or dismissed. But when a political leader is caught, all we hear is, oh, we are setting up a committee and let us allow investigations to work. And before you realize, their names have been cleared quiet.
My opponent obviously generated their quantum